Oh, look at Jack. Jackson, can you say hi, everybody? Look at, you're cut off.
Because you're so tall.
You're so tall. Oh, wait, say hi to everybody. Hi, everybody. I don't know how long the delay is on here, but yeah, we have some exciting news. So I wasn't going to announce it today, but because everyone's saying like, you know, hope you're okay and stuff like that. But we are having another baby.
Hi, everybody.
So yeah, so we're having another kiddo.
Sorry for the delay.
Yeah, we found out a couple weeks ago, and hey, don't press that. Aaron's been really sick. Thank you, Sweetheart. Thank you very much, man. Aaron's been really, really sick, a lot sicker than with Jackson. And so we had a doctor's appointment to see like what we can do because she hasn't been sleeping and hasn't really been able to eat and stuff like that. So yeah, I was gonna wait until further along where he said 8 weeks and 3 days.
Yep.
Yeah, so baby's due in September, mid-September, I think.
Yep.
So, but yeah, because people were saying like, hope you're okay, I'm like, oh man, it feels weird being like, just playing it off. So yeah, we're expecting another baby bot. So yay. Thank you, thank you everybody for the congratulations. Oh my God, it's an Aaron sighting. I know, not very often. It's usually it's like just the hand with the food to keep me alive, but yeah, yeah, wanted to announce to everybody because again, a few people were saying like, hey man, I hope everything's okay, and I'm like, yeah, everything's fine. Okay. It's really happy, good news, and so yeah, I didn't want to just, it felt weird keeping it, you know, so yeah, you're gonna be a big brother. Yay. So yeah, so we'll get into this thing then. All right, I love you.
Can you say yes?
Yes, Knuckles.
Knuckles.
Nice, dude. All right.
Awesome.
You say bye-bye to everybody.
Super excited. Thank you for allowing us on for a minute.
Yeah, I don't know if they can hear you, but say that.
Thank you, everybody, for allowing us on for a minute.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
I love you.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Kisses.
Let me really quickly scroll up here. Adam, thank you so much for the 15 months. And then PF with the massive 20 gifted memberships. That is insane. Thank you so much. I'm also, while we're doing gifted memberships, I'm gonna quickly gift some memberships too because it is a new month and I have the ability to do that. So, nope, that's not right. Membership gifting, gift 5. And here we go. Yeah, thank you very much, PF, for the support. Yeah, we're super excited. We had discussed that we wanted to have another child for a while, and and it just didn't happen. And then all of a sudden we found out that, yeah, we're having another kiddo. So Jose says he hopes it's a girl this time. Erin's really keeping her fingers crossed for a boy, but because of how sick she's been, she's thinking it's probably a girl, but I don't know. We'll see. We've, you know, as long as baby's happy and healthy like Jackson, then that's really what matters. So, but yeah, family's expanding. We're super excited, and if things weren't already busy enough, we're gonna have to build more printers. One printer for Jackson and one printer for baby 2. So you can come up here later, baby. Okay, you can come up here later and hang out with Dada. All right. Okay, I love you. All right. Thank you, Hobo, for the donation for Erin's Cravings Fund. She honestly, she's been so sick this pregnancy that like, just eating any food and not getting sick has been a huge victory. But she has had a couple of cravings. She was craving a huge burger the other day, and then the other night she sent me to Carl's Jr. to get her a cookies and cream milkshake at like 10 o'clock at night. So she's had a couple of cravings. Oh my gosh, Alan! Thank you so much for the $50 donation. New baby bot fund. Thanks, man. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm super excited. We met with, so now that I can talk really quickly about it, we met with a doctor for the first time today. We wanted to go with the doctor that was the doctor for Jackson's birth, but he actually retired. And so then we wanted to go with his wife, but his wife is no longer a network because insurance. And so we went with a new doctor, and so today was like sort of the initial like, hi, how's it going? We went last week on Monday and had just like blood work, lab work done, and an ultrasound so we could see like the baby and the heartbeat and stuff like that. So this was kind of a follow-up to make sure that everything was okay, and then also to figure out what the heck we can do, what we could do for all of the sickness she's been experiencing, because she's like, Erin hasn't been able to sleep. She's had to like call off work and be sent home. So it's been rough for her. I mean, for me, like, I haven't been sleeping as much because of it, but like, I can't complain. It's really, she's the one that's creating the child, and I'm just here for moral support and milkshake runs when needed, you know. Bearded, thank you so much for the membership, man. I really get the membership. Cheers. Now you have to go to Rocky Mountain Rapper Fest. You're about to be extra busy. I know. I can't. Like, so this year I mentioned that there's a wedding in a couple weeks that I'm going to. Then I have a wedding in May. Jackson's second birthday is coming up. Then July is LBX, which is Lightburn's convention in New York that I'll be at. And then baby's due in September. Yeah, September. So like the timing, I just don't know. I just don't know. Yeah. It's thank you, Tor. Nice. We're having another baby, man. Yeah, we're having another kiddo, buddy. So, yep, we found out a few weeks ago. And do you know that you are my friend? Thank you, Hunter. They're great. I appreciate that. Yeah, we found out a few weeks ago through like an at-home test, and then I had her take 4 more at-home tests, and I was like, okay. But until we saw the doctor last week and got the ultrasound, I'm always just like, I don't want to be overexcited until we see a doctor, and the doctor saw and like was like, yeah, baby's looks healthy. Heartbeats was 144 last week and 170 today, which is good. And so yeah, I also wasn't gonna mention it today. I was gonna wait till we were further along, but because people were like, I hope you're okay, I'm like, man, that feels weird. Like, I don't know, it felt weird just brushing it off. So yep, due in September. I hope when's your birthday? My birthday is September 30th. I told Erin, I was like, I don't want to share my birthday, but it looks like baby's due September 14th right now. So we'll see. Lisa, thank you so much for the donation. Congratulations to Jack for becoming my big brother. Some more funds for the milkshakes. Yes, all the milkshakes. I'm trying to eat healthier. This morning I got up early with the intention of making a stew, and I was like in the kitchen chopping up carrots, chopping up celery, chopping up onions, and I looked at the time like, oh my god, we have a doctor's appointment and then a stream. So I packaged everything up and put it in the fridge, but we're just hoping we can figure out what we can do to prevent Erin from getting so sick. And we're really keeping our fingers crossed that it's just a first trimester thing, because with Jackson, she didn't get nearly as sick, but she still was pretty sick. But then second trimester hit, and it was like, okay, that sickness is all gone. So we're really hoping it's a repeat of that. Sorry, there's a fly that got in here, and it's just driving me nuts, man. It's funny because it was making some sounds last night, and I paused with like the video I was watching, and it's completely silent. I turn the video back on, and I hear this like little sound, but it's definitely, there's a big fly on my ceiling. So anyways, mine's the 23rd. Nice. Okay, so a week before me. My daughter's birthday is September 14th, and my birthday is September 15th. How crazy. September is a great month for birthdays. I agree. Me, my wife, and my kids are all born in May, June, and July. Dang. Back to back to back. Yeah, Jackson's his second birthday is coming up 1 month from today. And so it's probably going to be really small, especially because Erin's not feeling good. It's probably going to be like us, my parents, and then we're thinking about inviting a few neighbors over to have like, he loves Spider-Man, so maybe like a Spider-Man, or he loves Mickey as well, some kind of like Mickey themed thing. But anyways, I don't want to detract. I want to get into the build as well, but it felt weird. Everyone, like, we had Jackson during me streaming, and everyone was so supportive and has been so supportive, and has seen him grow, that it felt weird to not say something, especially when people were like, hey, I hope you're okay. So yeah, that's the news, and we'll update, of course, like when 20 weeks hits and we find out whether it's a boy or girl. Of course, I'll update everybody. But yeah, my baby is 22nd of September. I am happy seal. So yeah, we're excited. I remember asking if we're hoping for a boy or girl. I answered with a human. Yeah, my big thing is like, it's funny because I initially, before Jackson, was like, I think having a girl would be really cool. And then as the pregnancy went on, I'm like, you know what? I don't care at all. Like, I just want a baby that's healthy and that's happy. And Jackson has been he came early, but he's been very happy and incredibly healthy. So, that's all we want. I sent you a PM on Discord with some tips regarding sickness. Oh, cool. Thank you. I'll definitely take a look. Nice. Thank you for the 10 memberships, man. I was so close to getting sound effects added last night. The sound effects I want are Homer Simpson going, dope, and then I want the that was easy button. So I'm going to add those very soon here. But thank you everybody for the kind words and all the support, really. It's awesome. And yeah, I'll update everyone when I've got more information. So let's do some boxes and turtles. Yeah, let's box some turtles. Let's not actually box turtles. I like turtles a lot. My wife asked after her daughter was born if I wanted a boy or a girl. I just said as long as it's healthy, I'm good. Yeah, I think that's really. I mean, at the end of the day, like I think that's what every parent wants, you know. So, hey Vinny. So quick updates on things. Last week we basically built out the I think the extruders, or I'm calling them extruders, but I think they're called feeders. What are we calling them in the instructions? Box turtle extruders. They are called extruders here. So we basically built these out. The only thing I did since last week's stream was just install these tension arms. They're not actually tensioned, and I haven't adjusted the, oh gosh, the squish. What's the thing called? The thingamajig or the squish? I can't think of the little screw that adjusts basically max tension on there. You need the I like turtle sound effect. I just need some more sound effects. I love the sound effects we have, but I'm like, I use them so much that it'd be fun to have some new ones. So at least the that was easy and dope are anti-squish. Thank you. I don't know what I was saying, but we haven't done that yet, and we will. We did do the, gosh, why are words today? This isn't the buffer. The hub. So we did the hub, which was fairly simple. The hardest part was getting all of these in. I did print out the jig, but too little too late, but I have it now. And then we also did this piece, and I snapped off the piece that didn't need to get snapped off, which is still fine. It's gonna be, the extrusion will sit like that, so it just looks like a keyhole instead of a round hole. No big deal. The main issue we ran into was with these guys. So these are the corner legs for the frame, and it prints like this. And so there's a big support that's inside of here, and it's a built-in support. And I could not, good to know that I did good to know I'm not the only one who did a few things off stream. Yeah, just a few small things, So I couldn't get these out without snapping the part. And so I reprinted them on the Bamboo Lab X1 Carbon to see if it was maybe something with the chamber heater on the +4, and it still sucked. I could not get them out. So I then went into the CAD, exported these models, and just did manual, my own support material using the slicer. And right when I hit print, Steve messaged me, and I said, hey Steve, I was like, I'm just printing out the legs. I did manual support. And he said, wait a minute, if you're not printing them yet, let me send you something. And so he sent me like a version, I don't know exactly if he's working with Box Turtle to get this implemented as like the official one, but basically it's the same part, but instead of having supports, it just basically has a tiny column right here and a tiny column right here, and it just bridges it. And so it printed beautifully. There's a tiny, you can see, let me see if I focus on this. You can see there's like a tiny little from where I clipped it off, but I mean, compared to before, night and day difference. So yeah, I printed out all of these again. And the main thing we're gonna start, it's in the STL. I submitted sick. I submitted a PR to fix it. Okay, sweet. Are those press fit metal? They are press fit? I don't think they're metal. Oh no, they are, yeah. What am I saying? They are metal, exactly. That's what they are. I'm in secondary school. Nice, I'm 13. Am I the youngest person here? Everyone here seems to have kids. We did, last week we were talking about anniversaries, and based off that, it gave me like a rough idea of ages, and I would say that a lot of people probably are. I do know that we had a very young, he's not so young anymore, but Edgy started watching the streams, I think when he was like 14, but if I had to guess now, it's been years. I want to say he's probably 18 now, but it's always been a pretty good mix of like younger to older. So, but yeah, I don't know what the youngest is, but 13 and a half is probably there. Fabrico, thank you so much. I'm new here. I just want to introduce myself. Wave. Hi, Fabrico. Happy New Year. I don't know if you heard, buddy, but we're having another kiddo, man. So baby number 2 is officially on the way. Daniel's dad energy attracts a more middle-aged. Is that it? The dad energy? I like that. I'll take it. I think that's a compliment. Okay, so we ended up skipping ahead because I broke that piece and did the extrusion. So we're gonna assemble the frame, which I'm very excited about because that is a big part of seeing this whole thing come together. Welcome to the group. Thank you for the 21 months, Alan. The air horn. We'll do squirrel. A little squirrel for Alan. All right. Let's go backwards now. So we are. Oh, I also printed out, there was a skirt that I hadn't printed out, and I did this guy. Yeah, this wasn't in the repository last time, so that was another thing I did. This guy. So last week, it was the first step of the first instruction, and I'm like, I don't have the part. So I did print this out, so we do have this as well. That was the only other thing. The updated corners were added to the official, oh, nice, okay. When you say, excuse me, Thunder Keys, when you say updated, is it the one that Steve sent me with just those 2 pillars? Because that worked really well. Like, it was such a nice, I mean, printed beautifully, and look forward to see your, how your respooler works. You and me both. You and me both. All right, so let's go previous. Yeah, so this is the part, I think, where we stopped. We did that, then that's where we were like, oh no, all hell broke loose. So this is where we're at now. So let's go ahead and, these are, looks like long extrusions, 360 mil. It's definitely bigger than these ones. So let's grab out 2 of these. Thank you, Andre. Yeah, we're super freaking excited, man. It's funny because initially, like, I had always said, like, I'd like to have 2 kids. So Erin and me, we were talking about this. We've been together for 9 years. We've been together for quite a while. And she had always said, oh, I want 3. And I was like, oh, I want 2. 2's a good number. And then once Jackson was born, like, it was not an enjoyable pregnancy. So she's like, okay, 1 and done. And then she's like, all right, after a while, like, okay, I think we can have a second. So, you know, we've been wanting another child for a while, and it just, the first Jackson was much easier. It was much easier to get pregnant. It was just not easy this time. Tell me it's a girl, then we can have Jack and Jill. We don't know, man. We're only 8 weeks, so it'll be a while. We've been going over names. It will not be Jill, unfortunately. I do like the cleverness of it, but yeah, it will not be Jill. Yeah, Jackson is a awesome little guy and a fantastic sharer. So we're looking forward to having a sibling for him to just, I don't know, play with, be a big brother for. Okay. So these are slotted. I imagine it doesn't matter, like, squaring these up, since this isn't actually a frame that we're going to be having a motion system off of. So I'm going to use this hard surface, which should get things relatively flat, but I'm just going to kind of eyeball the edge of these printed parts with the extrusion. Hey, Deanna. I've heard Karen is a popular name. So for a girl, for a boy, we have a couple of potentials, which I don't actually remember right now because we've gone back and forth. But for a girl, the name is very likely going to be Helena. And the middle name we've been going back and forth on, but I really like Helena Grace. So that's probably, if it's a girl, the name is what the name's going to be. But it might not be. So TBD. My name is Hunter. Nice. Oh, Hunter the Great. That makes sense. It's funny. My neighbor across the street's name is Hunter, and that's the only other. I think that's the only other Hunter I know, except for you right now. Jill is not on the list. Jillian is pretty. Hey, why don't you have another baby girl, Fabrico, and you can go and name baby girl Jillian. So just another heads up for everyone, the plan is with this basically to build the main box turtle. When it comes to the tool head and getting it working with the printer, there's going to be a pause in between. So I don't know exactly Steve's schedule. I think he's got some traveling coming up, but the plan is we're building the the Tic Tac 2, I think 2.1 or 2. Whatever the latest Tic Tac is. So we're going to be doing that. And then after that, we'll likely continue with this. And then I've got some other builds planned as well. I did end up printing out, so this upcoming week's video is on Fibron PPS-CF, which is the craziest filament. One of the crazier filaments I printed. It is awesome stuff, very expensive, and certainly not like a, let's just print with this for fun, but like a very cool filament. And so I did print out, the pieces for the 2.4 Filametrix. I haven't done the accent pieces, those will just be in regular ABS, but these are in PPS-CF, and hopefully that's not an issue. Thermally, they're gonna be fine. They're stiff as all hell, so we'll see. If I have to, I'll print them in ABS as well, but I'm hoping we can use these parts because they're just like, they're so nice. They turned out just absolutely, come on. Oh, come on. There we go. You missed steps, skirt. Wait, what? No, I didn't. What do you mean I missed steps? Oh, you're saying they need to slide in. Oh. What? It doesn't show it. Oh, is it because... Okay. Yeah, you're right. I probably jumped the gun here. I saw one. Yeah. All right. We're learning. We're learning things. Thank you. Yeah. My attempt at multitasking leads me to assume things, and I should not assume things. Hey, Dead Aim. Did you anneal them in the E2? No, I didn't. I didn't anneal them. I did not anneal them. I do reference, though, Scott's video in my video and send people there for, like, actual tensile testing and all that good stuff. Okay, so it looks like we're doing the fan sliding. No, I didn't anneal. I did use the E2 for drying. I did use the E2 for drying, though. Okay, so this is sliding just slots like this. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't have tightened them until I had the skirts in. Or maybe it's a me thing. Maybe it's there we go. Okay. Yeah, let's slide them all in, then I'll tighten this down. Okay, so then we've got the one that I had to reprint, or not reprint, but actually print since I did not print it the first time. There we go. There we go. Looking pretty good if I do say so. And then the last one is... It looks like it's just a small one. Let's see. Oh, where are my printed parts? Oh, okay, hello. Let me take all the skirts out because I assume we're doing all skirts right now. Okay. So we've got long skirts, which clearly are not the right ones. We've got smaller skirts, which I'm assuming is the right one. These all the same? Those look the same. These look the same. That looks smaller, so it's the smallest one of the skirts. It mentions to not fully tighten it. Does it really? Let me see, hold on. Oh my god. Oh, the good. Oh. Reading. I'm still figuring it all out, everybody. Let me move the fan. Oh, you know what? If I do the fan wire like this, I just want to make sure I can lay this flat, but I can. If I go like this, and I go like this, come on. Come on, buddy. Now I have a screw down here. There we go. Nailed it. This would be one of those either Homer Simpson's "Doe" or "That was easy" sound effect moments, I think. All right, we are doing the thing. Now we can tighten, hopefully. Let's see. Mind the orientation. Okay, we did that. Okay, so we won't even fully tighten yet. Let's get the next one.
Congratulations.
Right? I heard... Oh! Luke! What the 50... Man, you guys are... Baby Bot... Oh, hold on. let me pull up the stream elements really quick here. Elements. One of these years, I will do my best to get Aaron and kiddos to an event so we can all say hello. It's easier said than done. If we want to start a event that's in Idaho, that would be really ideal. Let me see. Luke, baby prep fun, congratulations. Thank you. Hey. Thank you so much, Luke. I really appreciate it. The good thing is we have a lot of the baby stuff already, which is super lucky. But you know, depending on whether it's a boy or girl, you need different things, obviously, and it just means like twice of all the things. So another car seat, another stroller situation. Although Jack does like walking a lot, but yeah, thank you very much, Luke. Any giveaways this stream? Yep. We pretty much do. So not a box turtle that we did. That was last week's stream, but we will do a spool of Polymaker filament, and that'll open up probably an hour and a half from now. Yeah, I did reach out to our winner last week and got their information off to LDO, but I mentioned that because of Chinese New Year, and I anticipate when they get back from Chinese New Year, they're going to have some catch up to do, that it'll probably be a couple weeks until there's tracking information available, I would assume. But I did reach out. I have 3 grown adults now, so much stuff needed as they were growing up. Yeah. It will be a girl. God likes me too much to ruin my Jack and Jill theme going. We'll see. We'll see. Erin thinks it is now too, just because of how sick she's been, but yeah, we'll see. You'll know. Everyone will know shortly after I know. Okay, turn this around. Tighten down the other end. Hey, Jodo! Joda, not Jodo. It's not Jodo. Joda. Hey, Sky Down. Marie said tape. Yeah, tape would have worked well there. I prefer the struggle a little bit route, so I think I'm gonna do one last little turn here, but these don't need to be, it's plastic into metal, so we don't really want to go too tight, but it is the frame, so I also don't want it too loose. So I'm using a ball head driver, so you shouldn't be able to tighten it too tight. Okay. Next up, there we go. So we did that. Cool. So next we are taking our buffer, it looks like, and we're installing it. Let's match orientation. And it's going like this. I'm like, why are we not? Oh. Gotcha. So it has to be elevated a little bit. Let's use it. I'm gonna just put a skirt here for a second to give me elevation. And then we are using one M310 socket head. M310 socket head. Mr. Joda D. Morning. You changed. I did. Yep. We had a doctor's appointment this morning with our new OBGYN doctor, and I didn't know how long it was going to take, and it ended up being a lot quicker. So I got back and I still had time to inhale a bowl of cereal, so I figured let's start earlier, because I know so many people here. That doesn't seem like that did the thing. Oh, there's we never did the heat insert there. Oh, that's right, there was supposed to be a heat insert there, but because I didn't have the printed part, we weren't able to do it. Like, that seems awful loose. Hey, Zarp. I'm gonna go with Zarp instead of the IGA at the end. Hello, out of the kit this week. I started printing the parts. Can't wait for it to come and start playing. It's going. Oh my god! I'm trying to plug the wrong. Jeez. Slow down, Daniel. I tried plugging an iPhone charging cable into a USB-C port. That is not how things work. What are you installing it in, Delvin? What's the printer? Come on, bud. Okay. One of those days. There we go. Better like you just... Okay, cool. Zarp it is. Is that congrats on... yeah, man. We're 8 weeks, 3 days. I was gonna wait until we were further along to say anything, but there was a few people that were, you know, hey, I hope everything's okay because I had a doctor's appointment. I'm like, ah, man, it feels weird. Like I was like, I'm just gonna let Chad know. If you 3D print a seal, I give money. A seal, like as in a sea lion, not a sea lion, but a seal as in the animal. Thank you, clown. Yeah, we're pumped. We're super freaking pumped. Okay, that's out. Yes. Reinstall the part now that we actually have something for it to bite into. Yay. Look at that. When you have the heat insert, it actually goes. Animal seal. It's going to be my Micron. Oh, wow. I started looking into filament cutters. Is there a mod? Because Micron uses the mini stealth, right? Or maybe a dragon burner? Is there a mod already? FYI, 2 kids is 5 times less sleep. Yeah. Well, Erin's been... The reason we had the appointment today is Erin's been absolutely just insanely sick. Like, she was sick with Jack, but it was like... On a scale from 1 to 10, I would say it was like a 3. Now she's been at like an 8 for the last few weeks. It's been awful. So she hasn't been sleeping. She's been losing weight. Can't really eat. And so yeah, we've tried a lot of the sort of like recommended things over the counter, like ginger and B6. And I got her this, like, it's like a pregnancy safe sleep thing that's supposed to also be help with nausea and doesn't seem to be doing much. So we are... doctor prescribed something, so we're hoping that if she can get past, well, not if she can, when she gets past first trimester, that things get a little easier. But it's been awful, and like I feel bad. It's, you know, I'm just like, hey, let me know if I can do anything, and it's like, you can get me a trash can. Like I can't do anything, you know. There's nothing I can do, so it's been rough. Yeah. Dragon burner has a cutter. Nice. Okay. The official dragon burner filament cutter can also add a filament sensor. Seems like a good idea to have that. Yeah. So I'm planning on, that's a question I have. So I'm planning on installing this, no. In the Filametrix toolhead, which it seems like from what was linked in the Box Turtle GitHub, it's basically a mod for the stealth burner. But the stealth burner doesn't by default have a filament runout sensor. So are people just running it without? Is that what I'm doing? Is there a mod that gives you a toolhead filament sensor? Like that's a question I have since we're talking about filament sensors. I have some time since we're gonna probably pause after this, you know, kind of core build before we do the toolhead stuff, but I should probably start getting some info on that. Hey RH, what am I reading? Congratulations! Thanks, man. Yeah, we found out. Well, we found out a couple weeks ago, but we had an OBG appointment today that we are 8 weeks and I think 3 days. 8 weeks and 3 days pregnant. So, well, I'm not pregnant. Erin is, but you know, collectively we are. Hey, zombie! Thank you for the 10 months, man. Thank you so much. So, the whole like I'll reach a point where things will slow down a little bit and I'll be able to stop making excuses. It's probably not gonna happen anytime soon. All right, that snapped right in. I think this is the 2 long ones. And it looks like that, feels like that. I didn't fully tighten it this time. I can be taught. Yeah, man. Baby bot number 2, circa 2025, man. Yep. Baby's due September 14th is the estimated due date. So yeah, we found out a few weeks ago that we were expecting, and we hadn't been able to get in to see a doctor, but they did ultrasound and all that, and everything looks good. Everything looks good. At a minimum, you want the sensor above the extruder. Okay. Thank you, BBs. Thank you, BB. You're not a seahorse. No. I'm not. I like seahorses. I think they're very beautiful animals, but no, not unfortunately. Exciting. I see a lot of mini printer builds. Yeah, I actually, I have the LDO Centauri, what does it say? I can't even think of the name of it right now. It always throws me off. But the first print I did on it was the Lego, like the Lego for toddlers, Brio? Is that the word? But I made a boat for Jack, and he woke up from one of his naps, and he always loves, like, he crawls out of his bed, gets on his floor, takes his blocks out, and wants me to sit next to him and like build his blocks. And so he got out of bed, and I was like, guess what, bud? And I handed him a red boat, and he was pretty pumped. We put some flowers on the boat and a little person on the boat. So yeah, it's fun. Like I've printed a lot of like toys and trinkets and stuff like that, but like it's fun being able to be like, here, kiddo, you know. Duplo, that's it. What did I say? What did I call it? Yeah, Duplo. He got a small set from either grandma and grandpa or great grandma and grandpa for Christmas, and so he freaking loves it. My biggest complaint is that they don't, like, they're kind of difficult to actually get them to press into each other, but they come off fairly easily. The printed one is nice because it's a little bit of more of a bite to it. But aside from that, like he's always enjoyed like kind of building and putting things together. And so yeah, he loves those blocks. When he first got them, he liked tearing my towers apart, but now he actually likes like building little places for him. The original Filament has two sensors. ThunderKeys Filament has the sensor where it's, okay, sick. I'm assuming that the one I printed then from the repository is the, you said ThunderKeys, right? Yeah, it's ThunderKeys, right? This is, I don't know if you can just tell from these parts that are right here. It looks like, I'm assuming this is where the sensor is inside here. So hopefully it'll be okay. Yep, I got it. Awesome. Sweet. Well, that was lucky because I was a little bit confused. I initially just Googled Filametrix GitHub, and I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, it's kind of confusing, this repository. And then I went through, I think I just started going through the Box Turtle GitHub, and that's when I found a link to Filametrix that seemed like it was like a pull based off of that initial mod. Ramming is a bit finicky. What is the ramming? Ramming would be like if you don't have a cutter. I would love for us to get to a point where like tip forming is just down to a super smooth science. But until that point happens, I would rather cut and figure out a way to reduce waste by lifting before cutting, or...
There are tops and bottoms. Your corners are mixed right now. This is 20% of the payment for 3D printing seal.
Oh, snap. 20% of the payment for a 3D... Thank you, Hunter. If anyone has a seal model... I mean, we're not going to be printing today, that's for sure. Okay, thank you. I see what you're saying. So I did this first one correctly, but on the second one, there's actually... They're not the same tops and bottoms. So this one sticks out a bit. Well, this one does not. You can't see that. This one's just got like a V shape. Well, this one has the opposite of, I mean, it's got like a little triangle sticking out. So I'll just take this one off and flip it around then. Thank you for letting me know. Other than that, they look like they're mirrored exactly, but I didn't see the top and bottom. Thank you for, I appreciate the donating to let me know. You definitely, you could have just let me know in chat, but I appreciate the donation. Hey, you screwed up. Filametrix just puts everything in one place, so you don't have to search for everything, and they did some update. Okay, gotcha. That's right, they renamed it. That's right, I think it has a slightly, is it different name or is it just the capitalization? But I did see something along those lines. Okay, so this looks fine now. Wait, did I screw up on... Let me check the other one to make sure. One second here, let me get this one on. I think my parents are calling me because I was calling them to tell them how the doctors went. I didn't answer, so now my phone is blowing up. Jeff, thank you so much for the memberships, man. Cheers. I'm gonna smash some sound effects for you in a second here, but what am I doing? Maybe I need to loosen... We're gonna loosen this up again. You know what? Maybe once I just put some screws in this, it'll all kind of secure itself. Yep. Hold on, sound effects for Jeff. Squirrel and cheers. Thank you so much, Jeff. I appreciate it, man. Nubs on the edge should be at the bottom. They align with the feet. Okay. Yeah, I want to check the, because this one doesn't matter since the skirts.
70% of the total money for 3D printing seal.
All right, it sounds like I owe you a 3D printed seal here soon. Then why are we not going in though? That is odd to me. Let me get the other side in.
Funds for Jackson to show his baby brother / sister his first 3D printer. Winking face.
Thank you, Nick. First funds for Jackson to show his baby brother sister his first 3D printer. Yeah, he definitely likes checking out the 3D printers. He likes being up here. He likes being up here a little too much. It's not. He can climb the stairs now, and he also learned how to open the latch on the baby gate. So.
Now as a total.
Oh my gosh! Thank you, Hunter. No, am I? Okay, there we go. I think that the reason why it was tougher to get this side on was this is the side, this is the side that had that support that Steve did. So it's still easy to get on, but it's a little bit more force. What I probably should have done was after I cut it, I should have filed it a hair. But I think we got it now. So that side. Now this side's elevated a bit. What are we doing? Okay, that seems fine.
This
okay,
is
so that's
110% of all the payments. I will stop now.
Oh my gosh. I promise that when we have something that's printing, I will absolutely print a seal. Somebody remind me, whether it's the Tic Tac or whether it's the box turtle or just an unboxing of sorts, I gotta print a seal. Hey, Steve. Okay. So that seems fine to me. I feel like that's pretty... Okay, the one thing I want to check is to make sure I have the legs the right direction. I think I did it correctly. No, I did not do it correctly. Oh my gosh. This looks like the... Yeah, it looks like I have these flip-flop. Do you want the... Yeah. We've done... How have we done everything wrong? So yes, the parts that have the little inset V need to be facing away from this. So I basically need to take off these corners and flip them. Ay, ay, ay.
Okay, FR, I'll stop.
Oh my gosh, Hunter. Thank you, man. I will print you a seal. I promise. You have my word. This is a really simple step. Yeah, I have butchered it in every way, shape, or form. So make sure your corners are facing the same direction, and specifically on the sides where the skirts are not the exact same. Let's see. So this side needs
funds for 2 3D print seals.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you, everybody. A lot of seals going on here. Okay, so we just said that for the top part, which is here, we want it like this. Yep. I should have done this before. Oh my god, I'm just gonna undo this. We're starting over. Let's pretend that the stream started at 12:30 and I just told everyone the news. Okay, here we go. That was our trial run. This is the actual run now. Okay, so it needs to go opposite direction. So we want smooth V up here. There we go. Read the instructions, everybody. Read the instructions. What about the beaver paratroopers? I like beaver. There's actually, Idaho has a lot of beavers. I don't know that I've seen, other than at the zoo, a beaver in my life. And I've seen hundreds of beavers in Idaho. There's just, it's beaver paradise here, apparently. I'm about these, thinking about green for the infill and dark gray hex runs. Was it Heart K that did the? I don't know if he actually printed it, but he did a render of like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle mod or theme, not mod, I guess, and it looked freaking awesome. Hey, is it Seren? Seren? Trapped a lot of beaver when I was younger. Good eating. I'll take your word for it, man. I'll take your word for it. I will. 100% one of those things where I'll just take your word for it. Yeah, when we first moved out here, there was one night where we had a sweets craving. This was before Jackson, so this was pretty close to like right after we moved out here. And this looks right. So we got the stubs facing towards, yep. And we were going to, I can't even think of the place. It's something custard. I guess it doesn't really matter. But it was like sunset, and we're driving down the road back. I think we're coming back from the, was it Johnny's? No, I don't remember the name. Driving back down the road from the place, and on the side of the road walking is this like huge animal. And as we get close and pass by, I'm like, that's a beaver! And so since then, we've seen lots of beavers, but never any like this beaver. Like this was like the granddaddy beaver. I mean, like it was a monster, or I mean, maybe it was a pregnant mama. Like it was a really, really big, I mean, I'm not, this, I don't know like with my hands, but all the ones we've seen now, originally we were mistaking them for gophers at first because we kind of saw them hanging out in the grassy area, and it wasn't until a little while after we're like, wait a minute, that's not a gopher, those are beavers. But yeah, we saw one huge beaver one time. Mod Seal Army, bye. Hey, thanks for hanging out. I promise I will print out a seal at some point here. When we are doing some printing, we will rather have these centered as much as possible. Okay, that seems fine. It's close. And then this side, one more time with our wire. Push it up a little bit this way. Extrusions aren't twisted. Okay. We're just about back to where we should have been before I was informed that, hey man, you dropped the ball. And then this, let's make sure these are, yeah, they're close to centered. Are they beavers or nutria? I don't know what a nutria is. I think they're beavers. Beavers are fascinating. Look up the story of parachuting beavers in 1940s. Okay, I will, Lisa. Okay. Beavers do get pretty big, like 4 feet. Yeah, maybe it was just a really grown beaver, and all the ones we've seen running around are not. But I mean, we've seen hundreds of beavers here, and they're all like small to mid-size, not like this glorious large beaver walking down the road when we were trying to get some custard. Okay, now things should be correct. So this is like this, and we're gonna get the other extrusions, the smaller ones, and we are going to thread these in. I'm not gonna fully tighten them. I don't know if we're supposed to. It doesn't say on this specific page, but we will not fully tighten them based off of what we just learned. Parachuting beaver story from the US military is a good one. Huh, never heard of it. Muskrats. Oh, no, I don't, yeah. I don't know if we have, do we have muskrats? No, I don't think so. Aaron had a dog called Tink that she used to call her muskrat. Okay, so I'm leaving this a little bit loose. Let's do the other. Let's do the other far side. Let me move these out of the way. Let's keep our footing. There we go. I think I'll probably tighten these. Well, I guess I won't tighten them at all yet. Let's see what the instructions say. Let's just get them on kind of loose for now. I assume we're gonna slide skirts in a sec here. There we go. Yeah, Tink. Muskrat Tink. She was my cuddle buddy for a while. Okay, those look nice and loose. And then let's get this other side. If you don't see any answer, if you didn't see, oh, I do have muskrats. They're in Idaho. Okay. Well, I don't think what we're seeing is muskrats, but that's good to know. So if I see something and I don't recognize it, I can say that might be a muskrat. All right, so we are now sliding in. This shows us sliding in long pieces. That can't, okay, that must be, oh no, it says 4 side skirts. Okay, it threw me off a little bit. You probably can print these in one piece. I think for some of the skirts, they had the option, like depending on your bed size, but I thought this was a single piece, but it says right here, 4 side skirts. So there is a split in the center. So let's push this a little bit, move you guys back. Oh, much smaller. Okay, so they're small. I can't picture, dude. Hold on. I mean, they don't even rat in it. Oh, they're so cute. Okay, I wonder if they are muskrats then. I'm curious if we've seen both. Like the big one was definitely a beaver that we saw walking down the road, but this looks real similar to what we've been calling beavers that we see in the grass, especially, I mean, like right there. I wonder if they're muskrats. They're very cute. It's very, very cute. Muskrat love. Who sang that? I couldn't tell you. I'm not good at guessing. The tail. Okay, yeah, I'll look. It's kind of hard to tell. They're usually not right on the road. You know, sometimes they jump on the train tracks, and I can kind of see a little bit more. I'll keep a lookout. It's snow covered right now, and I haven't really seen much of any animals other than mice in my garage. But I will, when I see them next time, I will definitely report back on the tail. Oh, nope, I did that wrong. There we go. Okay, let's see. Leave the muskrats up. Okay, so I want to investigate more later. So we're sliding in both sides of the skirts. Let me just turn this around like this. Now I have the Captain and Tennel player in my hands. Captain and Tennel? Is it Tennel how you say it? I wonder if I should have tightened these fully. It didn't say to or not to. I'll leave it for right now, I suppose. Okay, so we're sliding this here. Let me throw the wires over the top. We've got our hub. So our picture should be matching with the illustration in the CAD. I'm way too young to know Captain Antonio. Yeah, I don't think I know it. 4 pounds as a muskrat, 60 pounds as a beaver. Okay. Yeah, I'll look for the tail. Is the tail on these? Hold on, one last little look at these guys. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, we'll see. I'll let everybody know. Okay, so now we are sliding in. Slot the trays into the rear as shown. Be mindful of orientation. You might find it easiest to lay these upside down on the table until you secure them in the following step. Okay. So looks like they're going in like this. Is there? No, okay, so they're only attaching at the front and the back. There's no side rails on these, so we'll just slide you in like that. Slide you in like that. Slide you in. And slide you in like that. Oh wait, is the fan? No, the fan should, there we go. So the fan shouldn't be blocking anything. Okay. Yeah, we definitely got to tighten these sides up in a moment here. Okay, 4 trays, yep. So we did that. Beavers coming up to 40, 50 pounds. They are big. Yeah, I wonder if, the one we saw walking on the road, I have no doubt was a beaver, but I don't know for certain if the, okay, remember as you do not want to fully tighten these screws yet. Okay. So let's match the orientation. I think I stopped talking mid-sentence there, but sorry, I don't really remember what I was saying. Okay, that's not happening. Okay, so I've got everything in except this close side. Oh, there we go. Okay, so, oh, it popped out again. Let's not move anything, and let's tighten in. The one that can be fully tightened is what? So, blue arrows signify that you do not want to fully tighten them. So, we have, my orientation is now flipped. So, in this case, bottom we don't want to fully tighten, but in my case, I can fully tighten the bottom because I have it flipped. So let's do that. We'll tighten up the bottom on both the front and back, and then we'll leave the top ones loose. Why are 3D scanners so expensive? What's expensive? Nice, out of curiosity. Because they do have like sub $1,000 scanners now. I mean, before I remember when they were just like many thousands. And I do have one coming in. I don't want to say who it's from yet because I don't actually know if they've announced it publicly. I think they have, but I don't actually know the price on it. But if I had to guess based off the brand that's making it, I would be shocked if it's over $1,000. Okay, so top ones we're not fully tightening is what we just said. So I'm just leaving it kind of loose-ish. Yeah, it still can wiggle. Okay, this one can fully tighten. The other side just popped off. Lovely. That's okay. Okay, so I think that's good. Let me move this around like this. Wait, what did we... Okay, there we go. So top, I think top we're not fully tightening. Everything I was looking at is sure above 1K. Yeah, a lot of the really good ones are definitely 1,000 to multiple thousands. That's for sure. The issue is the software on a lot of them is kind of crap. And a lot of times with scanners, there's a fair bit of cleanup required. And so like the software is kind of half the battle. If you get a capture that's like a nice capture, but you can't really clean it up effectively, then it's not really worth all that much. Hey, Pedro! I was literally, for some reason, I was just thinking about you the other day. I think I was looking at something fluid related, and then I thought of you and was like, I haven't seen Pedro in a little while. Hope you're doing all right, man. Okay, so bottom is fully tightened on this side. Top is loose. Wait. Yeah, top has got wiggle. And then let's tighten up the bottom side on this side, and we'll leave the top wiggle. So tighten up the bottom. Looking boxy. yeah, it is. It is. The name doesn't lie. I'd love to know where the turtle aspect of it came from. I know Armored Turtle is his username, so I wonder if that's just where it stemmed from, to keep like a piece of like, hey, like it's Armored Turtle's project, Box Turtle, or if there was something else. Wait, why does that already feel tight? Huh, that's weird. There we go. Or if there was another reason behind it. Hey, Ranch Kid. Oh, there's Armored Turtle. Was that the reason why? Armored Turtle made a box. Okay. Yeah. It's as simple as that. I was like, I wonder if there's more, a more complex reason, but that, I appreciate the, nope, it is as it seems. All right, so that's looking good. So the only thing we have right now, let me flip this over so that way we're matching orientation. There we go. All right, so looking at it now, this is the orientation. We should be able to rotate. The blue, oh wait, okay, so I actually saw that wrong. It's only this side that's not fully tightened. So the other side we can fully tighten. So let's do that. So it looks like if I have the, okay, the side closest to this opening is where we don't want fully tightened yet on the other end. So that is this end. So this end we can actually fully tighten. So let's get these last two screws. I think I want to tighten it upside down actually, just so that way the extrusion's kind of forced up against the printed part versus gravity wanting to pull it away. So let's do that. Actually, I feel like I want to tighten it like this. That way it's up against my surface. It might not matter that much. Hey, Armor! Don't crank down too tight. You can break the corner brackets with too much screw compression. Ask me how I know. I appreciate the heads up. I'm specifically using a ball end so that I can't really get as good of a grip on it. But yeah, I appreciate that. The corners are indeed printed pieces, and I imagine with too much force, as you said, you can crack the corner, which is not the goal. So let's call it at that. Okay, so everything on here is tight now, with the exception of this bottom extrusion. This guy right here, still, as you can see, there's a lot of play based off the instructions, but everything else should be tightened. We've got our trays here. So we are done with this section, I think. Yep. So let's go to next section, which I think we did most of already. Get a quick little sip of water. I didn't, let's see. If I didn't already have an ERCF and filamentous full winder, I'd be all about this. It looks super clean. Maybe when I get the Ambition to be able to try it, I'll add a box rail to it. Yeah, no, I get it. If you have already got something and you've got it working for you, then I understand why you wouldn't want to just be like, oh, I'm getting rid of this and doing this. Okay, so we didn't do that yet. Let's see. Okay, that's where I left off. I'm pretty sure we weren't supposed to set the tension yet, were we? No, that comes up on a further step. So we did that, I did that. Okay, this is where we're doing this. So let's do this. Let's move the box onto the 2.4. That's where it's honestly gonna live. 2.4 needs a little dusting. There we go. Is there a mod to kind of attach this to the frame of the 2.4? This is a 300 millimeter. I'm just looking right now, like it rests, I guess the feet aren't on and stuff, but it rests on the acrylic. Granted, it's towards the end, so I would think that the extrusions where it's attached to would probably make it strong enough to hold it, but it would be cool to attach it directly to the extrusions. Oh, nice. Okay. There are feet on the repo. Perfect. Yep. I figured there had to have been something, but since I was looking at it right now, I thought I'd at least ask. Okay, so we've got these guys. Let's grab a piece of filament. Also, if you have not smacked the like button, please do. I don't think I've mentioned that today. Filament. What color? Ideally, I'd like just a regular PLA. What is this? There we go. We got some just PLA Pro. Let me cut a piece off. Hunter really wanted us to print a seal. I've got to print that guy a seal. That's the most specific request I've had for a print maybe ever. I think you ever gifted me a membership. There was a lot of people gifting me. I know PF did. There was a lot. There was Nice did. Where do I still have Stream Elements? Jeff H did no, H, that was renewal. So Jeff H gifted memberships, Nice gifted memberships, I gifted memberships, and PF gifted memberships. I don't know which one it was, but somebody did. Yeah, I saw Armored Turtle in the chat. He's come to see how much I can screw up his build. Box Turtle, here we go. Okay. I haven't ever used AFC Clipper add-on, so I'm curious to see what that's like. I'm a little bit bummed. So I mentioned a second ago that I was using the, I think it's called the Centuron, the Elegoo Centuron. I've been testing a bit. I've got all the footage I need of the actual machine, and now I just need to spend more time printing with it. But it's clearly running Clipper under the hood. Like, and so I asked about the firmware and SSH, and the response I got was something along the lines of like, ours is running on, it's not running on a like SoC and MCU, it's like some kind of combined thing, and basically that they weren't planning on at least anytime soon providing the info. I don't understand if it's like because it doesn't work the same way, or if they just don't want to. I don't really know, but it's unfortunate. Like, I know FL Sun hasn't released it, now it seems like Elegoo's not, but I don't know with Elegoo's, like they're clearly using Clipper in some way, shape, or form. So to comply with the license, they should have to release whatever flavor, whatever it is that they're doing. But the response I got was kind of, I'm just gonna read it. I'm gonna read the response just so that way you guys can hear it. Let me see what I was told. What I was told was, regarding your question about the web interface, the Centauri Carbon uses a unique architecture with a single chip that handles motor control, path calculation, and communication between the host and the machine. This differs fundamentally from the Clipper setup, which typically uses a dual chip system of an SoC and MCU. While we have developed features like resonance, compensation, and pressure advance in our firmware, It currently doesn't support full compatibility with open source Clipper commands or Fluid or plugins like Fluid. So I don't know. Are they saying that they wrote their own firmware? It has to be heavily based off of Clipper. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's the reply I got. We don't want to share how we broke Clipper. Yeah, it's been like that with like most. I mean, Cheaty is using a a forked version or a dirty version of Clipper that has some modifications, but it's at least Clipper. So I don't know. That's the answer I got. That's what I'm going to share in the video, and let people decide what they want to do with that information. So, but it doesn't seem to me like you'll be able to do Clippery things with it based off of that info that was shared with me. Okay, insert a piece of filament through your extruder, adjust the grip by backing out the anti-squish screw. The extruder gears should have a good bite into the filament. Everything should spin smoothly. Anti-squish needs to be set because the extruder absolutely can crush filament. Okay. So, Fluid is not a plugin. Yeah, well, the web interface, so the web interface to me on, I think that's why I actually thought of you, Pedro, was the web interface on the Elegoo machine does look like Fluid to me. A very stripped down version of Fluid, but it does look like Fluid to me. And that's why I asked about, I think, Fluid specifically. So I don't know if it's not Fluid and they basically just looked at Fluid and were like, okay, we want something kind of like that. I don't know. So when you have the anti-squish all the way tightened, that means it's like as engaged as possible, right? Because to me, I don't think I want more grip than that. I feel, yeah, these little teeth marks on it already. For anybody that's done this, has anybody just left it as is? Wait, Armor Turtle says no. Back it out to loosen it. I did not need to adjust. Yeah, I'm just looking like, based off how it's feeling to me and what I'm seeing the teeth marks on this, it looks good. Like, I don't know how well it'll pick up on camera. It's always really tough to show this. Let me turn on 1 second here. Turn off autofocus so we can see if I go in as far as possible. Okay. So teeth marks are right there. Hold on, I'm too close. Can you guys see that? The teeth marks? Yeah, the tension feels spot on to me, honestly. You have a 2-teeth screw hole beside the mainspring you can unscrew that gives it less grip. Yeah, I just don't know. Based off what I just felt, I don't know that I want less grip. I mean, I could see if it was anything other than a rigid material, then sure, I would want less grip, but that feels really good to me. I'm almost thinking I'll probably leave it, and then let me try the other end of this. I did the, on the regular tension screw, I think I set them all relatively close to each other, so let me see. This one might be a little bit tougher, actually. This one feels... No, the teeth look really good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it. And if I notice that I would imagine I'll notice really quickly if I'm running into issues and my filament's getting all chewed up. I tighten until the spring touches. But yeah, but I'm saying, I'm not talking about like, I'm talking about the anti-squish, which is this screw right here. I have it right now totally bottomed out. Like, that as the starting point, and it's saying that you can loosen it. But mine feels really good. There's no, like, I don't feel like it's chewing up the filament. The teeth are feeling the same. Let me do this one. This side only has one teeth mark on it. I'm very likely going to leave it for now, at the very least. Yeah, this feels the same. They all four feel identical. I mean, as they should, right? They're all bottomed out, and I did my best to adjust the tension on them all to be near identical. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it for now. Yep, that's what we'll do. I don't think there's, based off, I mean, if I was feeling teeth alignment, we did teeth alignment last week. Yeah, we did teeth alignment last week, basically, where we just took the piece of filament and tightened the set screws. So yeah, we did that. Yep. Okay. Motors. Motor time. Motor stepper kit. Okay. Okay, autofocus is back on. In my limited usage so far, the anti-squish mostly has helped with easier loading, and I have put some TPU through it. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, for non-rigid materials, I absolutely could see me needing to adjust it. It would have too much bite. It would be tearing through it. But for rigid filaments, based off the teeth mark I'm seeing, other than maybe what you're describing, maybe loading will be a little bit easier if I back off a hair, but I don't know. It didn't take that much force to push it through, so. Did I miss support removal? Oh, you missed corner replacement. We've already done, I'll show you. There's one loose corner on here, but we've got our tower, or our box. It's not a tower, I suppose, a box. And for the corners, Steve sent me a modified version. I tried printing them again on the X1 Carbon, and it still was really rough to remove. So then I exported the legs from the CAD itself and just did manual supports. I just painted, painted, not like Steve's, but I didn't paint the entire way across. I had it bridge a little bit, and then right when I hit print, I messaged Steve, and he's like, wait, and he sent me an STL where it basically just had like 2 small posts, and it just bridged the entire way, and they turned out beautifully, so that's what I went with. Okay, so we need M3/8 socket heads, which we've got here, and then we need M3 washers. It sounds like to me that they're maybe updating the repo. I think someone said that a second ago. Don't quote me on it, but I think that's what someone said. Place the motor on the housing, secure the M3 screws. Don't forget the M3 washer and adjustable slide. Refer to the wiring guide to determine the length you should use. The relative length of steppers. A blue arrow indicates that you do not fully tighten this screw. Okay. So we're tightening one screw, not the other. And it looks like we're matching orientation. This is the right way. This is going like this. Okay. Oh, probably not the best angle to see what the heck I'm doing. So from this orientation with the switch wire towards you, you want the wiring to go this way. And we're going to fully tighten this guy. But the one up here, which is our adjustment for meshing our teeth, we're going to use a M3 shim or washer, and we're not going to fully tighten that one because we're going to have to actually set the gear meshing in a second. Okay, not yet, but something's in the works. Gotcha. Oh wait, that's regarding clipper screen. Did I miss support removal? Nope, that was, I read that. Raven, a teaching turtle in our Discord, listen to him and you'll be good. Oh, Raven is a teaching turtle. feel like I missed. Definitely missed. All right, let's get our alignment. Okay, so that's fully tightened. And then this one, which is our pivot, so we can still move back and forth. This one we're just gonna put a screw and a washer, and then we'll leave it loose enough to pivot, so that way we can set it in a moment here. We did briefly look at these instructions towards the end of last week's stream. I just started up my printer in order to print ABS, and in my workshop room temp, oh my God. Yeah, it's chilly. I'm thankful, so I had them insulate the garage here when they built it, and I'm glad I did, because one thing I didn't consider was I got a pretty good sized CO2 laser in. Yeah, we can still pivot. And I wasn't really thinking about the tube and the laser freezing and cracking the tube, and I was just using distilled water, and I did end up ordering specific, some people just use like a mixture of antifreeze, or like RV antifreeze. It seems to be a common choice. One second here, orientation like this, like this. But I didn't get a chance to actually put it in the laser, but I do have a thermostat out in the garage that I can check. And did I not put the damn, hold on. Did I put the, okay, washer's there. I just saw a washer fly out and I wasn't sure if it was the one. I did put a thermostat out there, and so I checked it, and it hasn't dropped below low 50s, upper 40s, which is substantially warmer than it is outside. It's been like mid 20s some nights, I think. So I got lucky with that. It's still pretty chilly in the garage. And I've done my best to like only keep the garage door open in brief moments, but I'm thankful, like, I did it to keep myself warm, not even thinking about, you know, lasers. But yeah, you don't want your laser tube to freeze. New super slicer. Oh, cool. I'll play around with that. I might make a video on that, actually. That could be fun to take a look at it. I never was diehard super slicer, but I definitely played around with it a bit when I first got into Clipper. That's what everyone is recommending. Oh, you gotta use super slicer. And options are good. As much as I am a huge Orca fanboy and don't think that I'll be converted otherwise, I like options, man. Because what works for me, you might hate, and that's fine, you know? But I do, wait, did I? Yeah, I did it right. Yeah, that's basically me too, Tor. I'm sorry, Orca Slicer won my heart. Won my heart. Okay, 2 more washers. If anybody follows Brendan Builds, I don't know if he's active on any platforms other than Twitter or X, but he does a lot of wicked cool custom 3D printer builds. A lot of times using, I think his firmware of choice. It's fine. I think his firmware of choice is RepRap, but he built a box turtle and has been playing around with it, and it looks freaking sweet on his machine. I imagine he's probably running Clipper on that one, unless he somehow figured out how to make it work with RepRap. But I imagine he's probably running Clipper on that printer. I can't wait to build a second box turtle. Hey, Millennium, how's it going? Fabrico with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Fabrico. all this filament was printed with LDO ABS, which is Fabrico, as far as I'm aware, is the exclusive US reseller. So if you do want to get some LDO ABS, which is some really cool colors. I like this one a lot. This has got a bit of sparkle to it too. I can show you guys. I don't know how well it's coming up on camera, but it's really nice stuff. Okay. Yeah, it's good stuff. They have a lot, like a pretty decent color catalog. Jason replied on Twitter saying one of the future batches will have more goodies. Oh, wow. Nice. I don't think anyone has one on a V0 to my knowledge. I'm trying to think. Like, I have 3 V0s. 2 of them kind of just sit in the garage. This is the one that gets the most love because I've done some upgrades to it, like the Dragon Burner. It'd be kind of funny to put one on a V0. Okay, we are still pivoting. All right, so we did this stepper motor. We didn't fully tighten, so this one's fully tightened. I might have tightened this a hair too tight, but we can still pivot. I didn't. This one's just somewhat loose, so it can still slide back and forth, because I think the next step is probably meshing. Yep. Ensure the backlash between stepper is it's been a minute since I've done this. I want to say, if I remember correctly, it was based off exclusively feel. Let's take a look at a quick video. There we go.
One of the questions that came up after I put up my video about adjusting the anti-squish thingamajig screw was how to adjust backlash on the
Can you guys hear this?
burner. So while I've got this new stealth burner sitting out, I wanted to
It'd be fun. You're on a rook.
show you guys how to do that. So the important
Cool.
part about the backlash
It gets-
between the 50-tooth gear, which is right here, and the 10-tooth gear that's on the motor is, if you've got it set like I've got it right now, I'm pushing back and forth on this. There's no play between those 2 gears. Now that might sound great that everything's nice and tight, but what's going to happen is
Binding.
you're going to prematurely wear the plastic gear here because those teeth are too tight. You want a little bit of play between those, but not a ton. If you've got too much play, then it'll be imprecise. If you've got not enough play, then like I said, they're going to wear prematurely.
Tell us, Dr. Dave.
And that's not a good situation either.
Echo?
So to adjust that,
Oh, echo.
obviously we need to move the
Is it
motor
because
around
you're
a
hearing
little
it through my
bit.
mic? Probably. I'm gonna mute. Let me
This
mute myself
screw
for like 2 seconds here.
That's the pivot. That's got a little bit of a slot in it, or that's the adjustment side. This is the pivot screw for the motor. You want to back those off just a little bit, not a ton, but enough to where here you can see that motor can now move around a little bit in that slot. So the way that I adjust is I get it fully tight, right? That's all the way. If I'm looking at the rotation here, I rotate that fully clockwise, right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come and then just with my thumb barely push that a little bit until I just see it move a little bit. I'm going to snug this down and I'm going to come back here and I'm going to listen. I don't think that you can hear it here.
Yeah, I thought that's what I was trying to remember. Is I thought there was an audible cue that he mentions, which he does again. So we've done this a few times. It's been a while. I feel like it's been a while since we've done this, but let's give it a go. The only thing I'm not certain of is in this case, we can't actually, wait, am I muted? Yeah. Can you hear me now? Nope. Wait, you hear me, right? Testing. Mic check. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Does that mean you guys are hearing an echo on the music too then? Or is it low enough it doesn't pick it up? I don't see any audio waves coming from the music when I stop talking. Okay, cool. So the only thing is with this, since you can't see the large, since you can't actually see the large gear, is the recommendation just to do basically that, go fully tighten, push off a tiny bit and just hope it's good? Or are people okay, no echo on music. I'm just curious if that's what people are doing, or if people are, yeah, I would think that's pretty much the main route, is just tighten it fully, push off a tiny bit and hope that it's good. I don't see how you could easily check it on this, since that big gear is fully covered. So this should be loose. This should be, that's a decent method. I set mine and built the extruder with the motors already. Oh, okay, gotcha. So if I push in, like that's all the way, we're fully seated. So now if I just go, it's tough to know, like, okay. I mean, I'm just gonna, basically what I'm doing is, so this is fully tight, right? Like turning it left, so counterclockwise. And then I'm just looking at this screw, and when I see, like, I'm actually just looking at the washer and where it is with the lines on the printed part. And when I see it move just a hair, like that moved a hair, I'm just gonna tighten it like that and hope that that's good. But yeah, what Raven said is that I usually look at the mesh and get fully engaged and just back off a hair. Yeah. If you open the guide there, you can see if there's you can see in there a little bit, but not much. Oh yeah, you can see a little bit, but it's still really tough. I think we're just gonna go with what I just did and hope for the best. But yeah, if anyone didn't see it, Raven mentioned that he set his and then built the extruder with the motor already on the plate. So he basically like preemptively set the tension while things were still open and then kind of built around it, which is definitely a better method to ensure that it's exact. Why is this not going back in the way? Let's see, there we go. I'm trying to see as far as how much length I've got on this. It's close. Okay, so this is the one. Is this the one we just tensioned? Yeah, this is the one we just tensioned. So we'll just do that for this. So we're going again, at least starting at the same point. So counterclockwise, we're fully seated, and now I'm just, that was probably too much. Easier, sorry, I know my hat's gonna, let me take my hat off, or put my hat backwards for a sec. That looked like it was probably plenty. I mean, the good thing is I could always adjust this. Like if I set it too loose, I can adjust it. Better for the backlash, but harder, I think, for setting tension. I've done both ways and not sure which I like. Okay. So there we go, that's fine, we're tight, and we are just going, probably too much again. It's probably plenty. It's a really small amount, like it's a really small amount. I do remember that. Okay, full tension, boop, and move. Nope, that was way too much. I think that's about right. If you remove the guide layer, I opened up one of them. You can see a little bit, but it's still pretty tough to see inside there, Delmar. Yeah, I loosened on the first one because that's what Raven mentioned, that you can kind of see a little bit, but it's still, Pretty hard. There's not a ton of space. Yeah, there's not a ton of space. Walls, thickness of extruder, and hot end mounts. Wall thickness of extruder? I'm not sure what you mean. What is the setting? This is for your gear meshing. So you've got your motor gear and you've got the large BMG gear. And so where they mesh with each other, if you fully tighten them up against each other, I mean, it could bind, but it also, I guess the main thing Dr. Dave was saying is that force or that tension can cause them to wear a little quicker. So a tiny little bit of backlash, like ever so slightly, is what you want. So on the Clockwork 2, when I did that, I remember you basically do that. So you fully tension it, you push it ever so slightly and tighten it. Then you can actually move the, I don't know how many teeth it is. It 20 teeth? Or more, it's probably more. 1, 2, 3, 20, it's probably more than 20 teeth. But you can, yeah, yep. You can check it, like you can check it and then readjust it. While with this, it's tougher. All right. Oh, a zip tie. Let's do the zip tie too. So for the zip tie, that is these wires. Yeah, we'll do the zip tie real quick here. Okay. This one. I pre-ordered a few weeks ago. Can't wait. Nice. What are you putting it on, Tricks? The biggest thing here is getting a decent mesh and getting the bolt tension. It's not doing the extrusion during printing, so we just need it tight so it doesn't move. Yeah. Hopefully it's fine. I mean, if I notice any slipping, then I'll just... I imagine these are probably fairly easy to access once they're mounted on the box turtle, right? They're not... They have to be. I wouldn't think that they're covered. I'm currently building a highly modified 2.4 R2. Nice. Yeah, this is going on the 2.4 as well. I just don't know. I don't know with the electrical, like whether we're doing CAN or we're sticking with USB. I know that and Down Under had mentioned to me, I think that CAN might be easier or work better, one of the two. I'm not sure, so we'll see. Yeah, my issue is I think that my 2.4 is running, I'll have to look under the hood, but I think my 2.4 is running a Pi 3B, and I know that even with just Nighthawk, I think it was during some meshing operations every once in a while I would get like I would get an error, and I think the error was related to the actual like speed of the USB not being sufficient enough. And I think that that's because of the Pi 3's like limited USB is it bridge would be what it's called, or the no, USB would be the rail for the USB. But I have a HD webcam in here, and I think it's a 4K camera, but I think it's running at 1080p. So I think it's the combination of that USB with the other USB. So if we do USB, especially adding another USB method, I think we'd have to upgrade to at least like a Pi 4. Timer, yeah, I think it's a timer too close error. When I looked at it, it was related to something to do with the USB. So my parents calling me again. No, Boise, Idaho. Probably spam. Probably spam. Okay. So we'll see. It's TBD at this point. I think I'm running an Octopus in there. And if I'm not mistaken, Octopus has bridge, but if I'm running multiple CAN, I don't know. It's going to be a little bit of a we'll figure it out. Well, I'm not super concerned, but I do have to think about it a little bit. I'm running just fine on a Pi 4. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure mine's a Pi 3B. I think that's what came in the kit when I got it. And I'm almost positive. Is this an extra Pi 4 right here that I have? No, this is a Pi 3B as well. I think I have a Pi 4. Someone sent me a Pi 5. I'd rather not use the Pi 5 because I wanted to use it for either arcade cabinet or some kind of home assistant at some point. So I'd rather not use the Pi 5. But We'll see what I have in my stash of pies. I don't think I have a ton of pies because I've built a few things that haven't come with pies. I'm watching while designing my custom Voron panels in CAD. Nice. 5.5 not recommended. Okay, good to know. I thought that they had fixed. I know that with Clipper initially there was some stuff and I thought it had been fixed, but maybe I'm remembering incorrectly. So I imagine we want a pair of slack. I don't really think there's. Oh, I tighten that kind of, yeah, I'm not going to tighten it tighter than that. This at least lets us move it a hair if we need to. So there's one. Timer too close is almost a Linux kernel issue. Electrical. Esoterical did extensive testing and said kernel 6.4 later, alongside the Clipper changes should have made it a thing. Oh, okay, gotcha. So maybe I just need to update. Well, I would have to update the actual host then, not Clipper, is what you're saying. I could try that. I mean, that's easier than a hardware swap for sure. I would actually be really happy if that's all it is. And it doesn't happen every time. I've ran the T.4 where it's totally fine, and like that's what drives me a little crazy. I'm like, great, like what's going on now? But it didn't happen until I think I installed that camera. But I do like the camera. It's really nice. Okay, that's probably plenty tight. Maybe one more click. Yeah, that's plenty tight. We don't need to go tighter than that. I'm not trying to suffocate the wires, just keep them contained. That's a bigger zip tie. I did that backwards. Sorry. It says for CAN you just need a UTC and some wire. Okay. I wonder if I have a spare UTC. I think I have a stealth burner. Wait, actually, I don't know if that would work. For the Filametrics mod, yeah, no, it would work, right? I would imagine I could probably still use the stealth burner Big Tree Tech CAN board with the Filametrics mod, or does it change any of that area back there where the electronics are? I'll have to look, but I think they sent me one. I don't believe I ever actually installed it. I know they sent me one of the early ones that had the small ports, and then I think they sent me a new one that has the larger connectivity, larger connectors on there. Larger JST connectors. That's the words. I think he just did. I think he did that last week. Did that last week. What made it compatible with the Big Tree Tech? I have the SVB EVB CAN board installed with the. Oh, sick. I thought you. Okay, so you're doing USB, but you are running CAN on the same printer, is what you're saying. Awesome. So then, yeah, I should be good. I think I have that. So maybe we'll swap over to CAN. I don't know. I'll do a little bit of looking at the firmware side of things afterwards and see what it seems like the key differences are between the two methods. Hello, I have a question. You can crimp JST ZH with 24 AUG wire. ZH. Have I done ZH? I know. I always get confused about the sizes. You have like the standard size, then you have slightly smaller, which is PH. And then I think ZH is smaller than that. Who is calling me again, man? Boise again. It can't be that important. There's nothing that. My family's here, so it can't be that important. Oh, XH is the large. Wait. So who asked the question? They were asking about ZH. Yeah, ZH is small. I don't know. I think for ZH, I hate crimping ZH, so I don't know. I actually bought, it's in my closet now, but I bought pre-crimped wires for it. I told myself I'd never want to crimp this stuff. So I got ZH, and then whatever's below that, which is what was on the Creality K1, was even smaller than ZH. It was ridiculous. Okay. So we've got that done. Friendly reminder, you need 4 of them. Yep. Hold on, I think they just left a voicemail. Let me... Yeah, they're leaving a voicemail right now. I'm just gonna check to make sure like there's no, you know, there's nothing going on, because it is a local area code. I get so many spam calls that I just don't answer a number if I don't recognize it, but I just want to make sure that like it's actually nothing that's super important that someone's calling me about locally, that I'm their emergency contact or something. Someone said the cartographer can and Vitutech can has some issues, so went with USB to avoid headache. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm just using Clicky still. I planned on installing the E3D Easy Peasy. I think that's what they call it. But I don't know if that'll even work. Like, I don't know if I'll be able to mount that tool headboard with all this stuff going on there. Still leaving a voicemail. It's a long voicemail. If it's one of those, like, is your refrigerator running, or like, it's good news about car insurance, I'm gonna lose my mind. But okay, here we go. Oh. It's the, okay. It is the guy that did the warranty. It's like, this was a new build, and at the 1-year mark, your like warranty expires on like the basic things. There's still like, you know, appliances to the appliance manufacturers, and then like heating and air and all that stuff. But they got a new maintenance guy that came out because the old guy was awful. Like, it just wasn't good. Nice guy, like I said to another neighbor, like I would drink a beer with him, but working with him as a warranty guy has been awful. So they got a new guy, and the guy was a legend. Like, everything I was like, hey, this, that, this. He's like, yeah, sure. And he took care of it all like really quickly. So I'd mentioned that once our 1 year was up, because he said there's like a warranty thing you could do, or a survey you could do. And I was like, dude, you're awesome. I absolutely want to do that. So he was calling to let me know we hit the 1 year, then I could do the survey. So I will do the survey for him. Like, when people do a great job, like I want to do whatever I can to make sure that like they're like praised for their good work, because it is, I mean, you'd like to think that people take some pride in their work, but like it is not, it is often the exception and not the rule. So that's what it was. So anyways. I'm calling about your extended warranty. Okay, next section. Sanity check. Check the fit of the bearings on the shaft. Oh, okay. So these are the MR14s. And where are these guys? Yeah, I don't mind crimping like the regular ones, where's your list? XH and PH all day long. XH are my like BFF. I love XH. PH I don't love, but it's no big deal. But yeah, once we get beneath that, I don't want to talk to you. Like I want pre-crimped. This shouldn't be an issue with LDO kits. Okay. It's more of a self-source thing depending on the source you got it from, but let's just do a quick check. I think that's probably fine. I mean, it does like, excuse me, there's some light snagging. I think that's probably fine. It's more if I don't keep the bearing perfectly straight, then it grabs, but I don't feel any, we saw a lot of this with self-source. Okay. Yeah, that feels good. We just experienced this. What did I? It was with the Cyclops extruder. I had to sand the shaft for the gears a little bit. It was just too tight. Oh, no, that's fine too. It's usually just the very edge getting it started. Yeah, we're good. That's no issue. We don't want it loose. We just want to make sure we're not having to put a ton of force and damage bearings. So. Thank you, kind turtle with the stop sign. We are good to go. Before you start, we'll need 4 of them in total. You can build one at a time or all 4 at once. I think last time we did all 4 at once and it worked out. So let's aim to do all 4 at once. Let me move the extruders and put them on our box for right now. and grab out our printed parts. Looks like each of these needs 3 printed parts. Also, we'll open up the giveaway in, like, I don't know, like 10 minutes approximately. So we are using, looks like this is one of the pieces. This is the same piece. This is the mirrored piece, so we need 4 of these. Well, I guess it's not exactly mirrored, but the other half. One more view. Nope. One more view. I think this is the other piece. One more view. I think I printed out more than 4 of this piece because there's a bit of weird thing that happened while printing, which I'll show in a sec here, which is going to be interesting because I think I have to put those PTFE compression things inside there. I could be wrong. I think so. So I'm pretty sure I printed out. Oh, I printed out. What the heck? Okay, so we have 4. We have 5 of that. Does that mean I screwed up? Or did I? No, those all look fine. Yeah, I definitely printed out a bunch of these. I think I changed the print setting to see if it would fix the thing I was seeing, and it didn't. So I was like, oh, I've got a bunch of them now. So that way if I screw one up, we can try again. Should be 1 more then, based off of what I think I printed. Here we go. Okay, so for some reason I got an extra one of these, which is weird, but on these ones, okay. Alley shafts were awful. I sent a DM for after the stream about a kernel. Okay, sweet. Thank you, down under. I had to clearance all my AliExpress shafts. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. LDO ones are money though. Sanding those for self-source build was not fun. Honestly, we had to sand. It was for the Mercury build that we did with the Fabrico kit. It was an early kit, and the shaft for the bearing stacks was also too big. And I don't know if these would probably fit. But what the recommendation was, and what I did on stream, was we just shoved it in the drill and then put the piece inside sandpaper and turned the drill and had it basically sand itself. And that worked really well. So if I had to sand these, I'd probably do the same drill method. You just got to be careful, obviously, to not sand off too much, but it sure beats, manually doing it by hand, which is what I did the other day when I had just a small thing that had to be filed down. So, but yeah, the issue that I saw is in this piece. Let's see. Here we go. So in this hole right here, you can kind of see that, like, this is supposed to be like a perfect hole, but you've got this basically a wall right here. And I don't know why it did that, but you can, yeah, if I go to an angle, you can see like the one side of it, perfect, right? Looks really good. You've got an opening, but this side on all of them, it did that funky thing. So I'm gonna have to, I imagine, cut that. I'm curious to see how it's gonna affect that fitting. So we'll do like a trial run. Also, you guys are gonna be proud of me. After last week's, looks like cross bridging. Yeah, I don't know. It did it for all of them, which is really bizarre. I think I turned on thicker bridges because I've noticed that sometimes that helps. Okay, it kind of helped. This one, like if we're comparing these two, let's see if I can get that view. It's less extreme on this one. So let me see if I can find 4. Maybe the 4 that I did that looks pretty extreme. Yeah, I don't think, yeah, they're all extreme. No, never mind. So but yeah, after last week's stream, I was scolded for not having an X-Acto knife. And now, look at this. Your boy we got options. And I even got, I don't know where it's at right now, but I got like a 50 pack of, oh, here they are. Is this it? No, I don't know. I lost somewhere there's 50 blades. I will find it. I don't know what exactly where it went, but we got X-Actos now. That's a hole for the, yeah, I figured it was, and that's why I was like, that cannot have extra stuff in it because it's already going to be kind of a bummer. So I'm curious to see if I can just kind of like cut. Because I know that if there's extra material sticking where it's not supposed to be, the issue with removing too though is like now I'm wondering, is it going to be too loose or not fit correctly at all? Hopefully that's not the case. It looks a lot better to me. So we'll try with one in a moment here and see how much struggle there is on my end, more than normal, because there's always a little bit of struggle. So we'll give it a go. Watch for the soft bleedy bits. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so I did already remove, there was built-in supports on these and they're much more accessible than the corner leg ones, so there was no problem. I just snapped those off right after I printed it. Okay, now it's heat insert time. I didn't take this part out. This looks like, what is that, a cover? Yeah, it looks like it's a little cover. There's two. I was running an errand a couple days ago, and there was a train. It was a snowy day here. And there was a train, and the train cross sign dropped down or whatever, and then the train left. But the cross sign never went back up. I waited, I don't know, 10 minutes, and then somebody in a big old truck just went around the arms of the, train crossing. And once he did that, or she, other people started doing that. And I'm like sitting there and I'm like, this doesn't seem like a great idea. Like, it's snowing out, it doesn't seem like a good idea. So I sat there and ended up backtracking about 20 minutes to not have to cross over the train tracks. And part of it was thinking in my head, like, if Jackson was watching me, would I want him to see his dad going over the train tracks with the sign thing down? I'm like, I wouldn't. So, but yeah, definitely one of those things I'm like, it just doesn't seem. What did I miss? Can you start over? Hey, John. Yeah, I'll start over for you right now. Give me just 1 second. Yeah, it was weird. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know, guys. Like, I've got some, I'll take some chances. I'm like, this just seems like one of those that's unnecessary. Like, there is other roads. We can get beyond this. But I did wait for a while, and I'm glad I did end up flipping around because there was some other people that, didn't cross the railroad tracks. And when I made it 20 minutes later, the other side, it was still down. I'm like, oh my God, yeah. I would have been waiting here for a really long freaking time. Hardware for wheels. Is this the wheels? Is this wheels section? Turtle. No, these are respoolers. So this is not the wheels section. So let's use these heat inserts. Make your son proud of you. Yeah, I'm like, it just doesn't seem like there's nothing that important in life, really. I mean, that's not true, but most things aren't that important, even if you're in a time rush. Like, it says don't cross, like, don't cross. It would have been different, if we're at like a light or something like that and the light goes out, like, cool, treat it like a stop sign. We have rules for those kind of things, but I'm like, this is a train, man. Like, I'm in a Corolla. Like, knowing my luck, I get on that train track to cross over it and something happens and my car just stops. So I'm like, no, not doing it, not doing it. Okay, so for these ones, it looks like there's just one and it's going into the base. I don't have a really good way of clamping this, so we are going to, I actually think I need to just kind of do that a little bit to give myself, there we go. So it's going to be a little bit of heat insert simulation for everybody. So grab a sody pop or a water and kick back. Actually, we should open the giveaway up in a second here. That's what we should do. What time is it? Yeah, let's do that. Let's open the giveaway really quick. Like, if there, okay, really quick, backtracking what I said. If I was in the middle of nowhere and I had no idea where I was and there was no way to get around that turn track, I think eventually would have gone. But I'm like, we're in a place where there's absolutely alternative routes to get across this street. So that's my exception to that rule. Don't sound bossy, but give away time. Oh, I didn't even see your message before. You're on. I have my Baja Blast. Sounds pretty good. They had a Baja Blast freeze a while back. I think it was a limited time deal. I haven't gone to. We do have a Taco Bell, but it just, you know, all the jokes about Taco Bell just messing up your stomach. It does. It really does. But every once in a while, I'm like, I'm just craving like unnecessary amounts of nacho cheese on things right now. And so it's been a while since I've been, but I remember when they showed that they're having the Baja freeze or whatever, I made the exception. I was like, I'm getting Taco Bell today. I need this. Somebody in stream a while back mentioned that they were doing the Krabby Patty thing at Wendy's, and I went and got Wendy's that day too. So you guys have led me to order some junk food, that's for sure. The ice cream, not worth. It's like $5 for a tiny little scoop. No, it wasn't ice cream. I've jumped on and off moving trains. Don't know if I would be the one to answer that. Yeah, no, it was a freeze. Like it was, I don't know how to, like an icy basically. It wasn't ice cream. I haven't had ice cream. Doesn't sound as good to me. I'm sorry. It was an icy, not ice cream. The icy was really good. Okay. Hey, Viking. Happy Wednesday, buddy. Yeah, so for this, it does help, it seems, just to get, you know, like an Allen key or something and clear out a little bit from where the supports were. Just so you can get the little section of the heat insert in there. I probably should crank the heat up on this. It's a little bit slower than I would like, but normally I'm not doing quite so many heat inserts in a sitting. There we go. Oh, it's a standard menu item. Interesting. Maybe I don't know, man. I swear whatever I got was not. So I wonder if it was it a mango Baja Blast icy? Or maybe, oh wait, the heat turned off. Oh, one sec. No wonder it's going slow. I wonder if the USB cable's been a little spotty lately for this, so I wonder if that was what did it. Yeah, we're at 159 Celsius. There we go. I'm like, this seems even slower than normal. There we go. All right. Okay, that's fine. Hey, it's going pretty good, man. It's going pretty good. You weren't here earlier, but we announced that we're having another baby, man. So we're really excited. We had the original stream today was supposed to be a little bit later because we had a doctor's appointment, and it was with our first time meeting our new OBGYN. So yeah, Aaron's like, according to them, 8 weeks and 3 days along. So he probably already said, did you print? Yes. Yep, Collie. All of them were printed in LDO ABS. So yep. I'm 90. Wait, are we missing? How is that possible? We got 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're missing 4 of those. Okay, let me get these heat inserts in. I somehow threw one back in the box or moved one around that wasn't supposed to get moved, it seems like. I don't know. I'm short one. Thank you, man. Yeah, we're very excited. It's gonna be a busy winter, this upcoming winter, but a very exciting one. Completely unrelated news, because that's what, when we're doing heat inserts, the perfect time for me to talk about random things. But everyone that was here last year remembers I was talking a bunch about our garden, because I was so excited to have like a yard where I can garden. And I was growing peppers and stuff. Well, this year we're going, or I'm at least going even nuttier with the garden. And so I built another raised bed last week, and I plan on building another big one, 2 smaller ones. And I just got a bunch of seeds, like a ton of seeds, man. It's gonna be awesome. So I'm very excited for summer for a lot of reasons, but man, I'm very excited to get the garden going. But how much time I spend in front of the computer and screens, like I find it so relaxing to be out back with my hands in the soil. It looks like he said I'm a tad. 1 second here. What would be the difference between printing the parts in ABS or ASA? There's not much of a difference really as far as like actual function at all, in terms of like they're gonna operate the exact same. They have basically the same heat deflection, and as far as I'm aware, almost all of the like tensile and elongation, all the mechanical settings or not settings, but mechanical properties are near identical. The main difference is some people think that ASA prints better or easier with less warping. Some say that it smells less. And the main difference really is that if you're using it for a functional thing, ASA has a UV like resistant property into it. So if you're printing something for outside, ASA would be a better option. But for what we're doing, it's really not much of a difference. Some people will say other things. You need to put the panels in next. Wait, what panels? Yeah, so it really doesn't matter. You need to put 2 panels in next, not the ends. Oh yeah, I think Andre might be way behind on the stream. If he's talking about panels, it sounds like he's talking about when I slid the panels in before I put that second leg on. Start some seeds soon. Pepper starts take longer than some other plants, for example. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I just got all the seeds, I think yesterday. Aaron had me run to the store to grab a few things, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get some seeds. All right, let me really quickly do a count here of what I've got, what I'm missing from these ones. The issue is I don't have any kind of grow light setup stuff, so I'm basically gonna be using the windowsill, and I've only got so much real estate, but I think I'm gonna 3D print out the little seed starters. I did that last year with the herbs and it turned out really nice. So probably do that again. So this is the one I'm missing. One more of these. Yeah, there's some like 3D printed self-watering seed starters, and I just did them in PLA and they worked fine. When I was trying to do the hardening off aspect where you like get them used to being outside before you transplant them, I left the seed starters out in the sun, and boy, that did not go well. It destroyed them very quickly. So I don't know if I'll do PETG this time in hopes that I can kind of leave them outside for a bit of hardening off. But yeah, the PLA, it it really jacked up and warped, and then water started leaking. I forgot to hit like, Elizabeth, come on, man. You're at work, right? I feel like you're usually multitasking at work when you're watching anyway, so. Okay, so these are done. Next up, we've got 4 of these guys, which there's not really a good way to have these straight, so I'm just gonna kind of hold them. Thank you, I'm just joking. Windowsills still work great. Okay, maybe I'll just do windowsills. We have really wide windowsills. The biggest issue is Jack. I'm gonna have to like instill like, hey, don't touch these. These are for dad, so we'll see. It was okay last year because he was too small, but now he's like all about trying to stand in the windowsills and stuff, so. But hopefully I can explain to him like, hey, this is a plant. Seed starter prints. Yep. I can, if I find them, which I will eventually. Viking, thanks for becoming a member. I think you were a member at one point, but thanks you for becoming a member again, buddy. When I find the ones that I used last time, I'll show them. I think they're either 4x4s or they're 9x9s, and yeah, they're self-watering. So you fill up the reservoir underneath them, and it sort of saturates the soil through holes. It's really nice. But yeah, I think I might try. I've got quite a bit of PTG. I know Voxel had sent over a bunch of PTG a while back, and I used a lot of it, but I have a bunch of white left over, which white filament is literally the devil. But I think it might be perfect for this. That looks fine. Miles still in chat, because why not? Daniel, check DMs after stream. Thank you, Down Under. I will. I will say that right after stream, I need to run downstairs and continue my stew that I started this morning, but I will go through. It'll be on my list tonight. I'm planning on doing a video on the door on Velta, not this Saturday, but the following. But I'm having some issues with it. I've got it printing much better now. The main issue, honestly, was the profile that FiSec provided is just awful. Like, I don't know. It's clearly not a profile they used. So I don't know if they just pulled it from something. We're like, here's a profile. But yeah, the profile is really bad. But I've got it now. I think I have a macro. Also the Sherpa, like their Sherpa, which is not a bad extruder by any means. I don't think it was the right choice for the Doron. It's nearly impossible to manually feed filament through it. Like even with the tension completely as loose as, like first or second thread, it's like near impossible. So what I had to do was I basically stole the macro from the positron for loading filament and then just modified it until I got it pretty close as far as like the length of my Bowden tube to get it to the hot end. But yeah, that was kind of annoying. And then I put the panels on it and then I took the panels off because with the panels you lose build volume, and I knew that because of Zombie. But even when I think I shrunk it to 150 millimeter build volume diameter instead of 200, it was still hitting the sides with certain prints. I'm like, this is silly. So I'm just gonna make the video and basically say, like, if you're building one of these and you're planning on doing ABS printing, then, well, one, maybe don't. Like, I wouldn't build it for ABS printing exclusive. Like, that wouldn't be my reason for building it. It really is a printer that you build just for fun. But yeah, the panels to me are silly on that thing. It's not designed to have panels, and that's fine. So I took the panels off, but yeah, I'm still having a few little issues I'm trying to figure out. So tonight's gonna be a lot of like printing. Nope, that didn't work. Try again. And while that's happening, I will make sure I go through my Discord messages. Giveaway link is open, everybody. It'll be another, I don't know, 15 or so minutes, I think. Steve's here? Steve's here. Hey, Steve. We're talking about gardening, Steve. Really excited. I bought a bunch of seeds. I'm going kind of nutty this year with it. I just built another raised bed and then plan on getting another 2 to 3 raised beds. So I've got everything from like, let's change the music real quick here, but I've got like corn, I've got beans, I've got peas, I've got carrots, I've got squash, zucchini, bell peppers, jalapenos, pepperoncinis, some other salsa blend, a cantaloupe, I want to say, lettuce, spinach. There's more on this list. Turnips? No, that's not right. Radish is on that list. Yeah, a bunch of things. So super excited. I don't feel like I would mail well, but I'm like tempted if I get enough peppers this year and I pickle a bunch of them. I'm like tempted to send you some pickled peppers, man. Okay, so it should be just 3 more of these little blocks and then we can actually assemble things here. Don't forget to tell Steve the news. Steve knows the news. We announced earlier about new baby bot coming along. We had a doctor's appointment this morning, and I had to push the stream back because of it, and then I didn't actually end up having to push the stream back, and so I had some people reaching out like, hey, is everything okay? And I was like, yeah, it feels weird kind of keeping the news, so we announced it. But yeah, Steve knows. I talk to Steve fairly often, so I let him know. We were on a call prepping for the Tic Tac bill, and I was like, Steve, I have exciting news. I couldn't keep it. I think we had just found out that week, and I was like, I gotta tell Steve. But yeah, I wanted to wait just because we hadn't even seen a doctor at that point, but we've seen 2 doctors now and everything seems good, so I'm like, keeping Huggies diapers in business. That is what I'm doing. The amount of diapers that a child goes through is no freaking joke. Okay, what am I doing here? This is the way we want it. Push. Okay, last one, everyone. Last one. Thank you for your patience as I do the same thing over and over again. We wait for gender finding. We'll find out. So there's like the big push for getting a blood test done to figure out the gender early and like if there's any potential risks. And we didn't do that with Jack, and I don't really have any plans of doing it with baby number 2. But the doctors mentioned it a couple times, and today Aaron was kind of like, oh, maybe. So I don't know, but we'll find out for sure at like the 20. I think it's 20 weeks when they have that ultrasound. So yeah, I'll find out then. We're not gonna wait till baby's born. It doesn't really matter one way or another, but I don't know. I just would rather know. So I know that way I know what to call the baby. Her sister waited. I think her sister waited. I can't remember. I think her sister waited. They got kicked. I know they do. They absolutely have to, man. How could they not? I'm like, do I use code doctor, doctor your name at checkout for 5%? This is feeling a lot like an affiliate deal. Yeah, I know they do kick it. Every medical thing, like, I don't know if it's like that everywhere in the world, but when I went to here's the one I was missing. It was right on the freaking table. When I went to the eye doctor, they were trying to get me to they said what'd they say? They said that my vision is like not straight, like the natural vision is like out or something like that. And so I get really bad headaches and migraines and stuff like that and pain in the back of my neck, but a lot of it is from like what they call tech neck, just looking at my phone too much and having the posture of I don't know, the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Like I sit in my chair, I'm like, what am I doing? But they, when they were checking about the floater I had in my eye, they did that testing as well. I'm like, oh yeah, and you can totally tell, they get a kickback. And the price, I think I mentioned that I get my glasses from Zenny, and without insurance, these glasses cost me, I want to say delivered to my door, $30, I think, with shipping, with prescription. I mean, there's no tint or transitional, there's no blue light blockers. It just has an anti-reflection, which doesn't seem to work very well because you can see the lights all the time. But they were like $30, and the glasses that they wanted, I think they said started at $500. I'm like, I'm good, man. I'll just, if that's causing issues, I'll be a little bit further away from my screen, so that way it's not such an intense correction of my vision. I don't know. So, but you could tell. We did IFV, so those tests were part of the process along with it. Oh man. That's in vitro, right? That's what Aaron's sister did as well. Reminder, print a seal. I know. We will print a seal. We will definitely print a seal for our boy Hunter. Or girl Hunter. No, Hunter's... Can Hunter be a girl name? I don't know. Well, for our friend Hunter. Let's just... Oh, no! There's more inserts! Oh my... Alright, well... Sorry, everybody. I'm a liar. I know a girl named Hunter. Okay, yeah, I was like, I feel like I've met a girl Hunter as well at one point in my life. Okay, sorry everyone, I lied. There is still. So these are going into these. No. Oh yeah, they go deep into these ones. Okay, so how many of these? 8 of them. No, we're just getting started with heat inserts, everyone. It's like that was a failed assumption on my part. Okay, we got 1, 2. Oh, shit, thermal wheels. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's 8. Okay. Did you do the heat inserts on the trays? Yes, I think we did them last week when we. Yeah, I'm 99% sure. We didn't have a whole lot of inserts though because ours are like the LDO kits, like the hardware-less ones, or I believe is what they're called. I found out my $700 glasses frames on Alibaba. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, markups no joke. All right, everyone. So I don't know. Do we want this cam? Like, do you want to look at this, or do you want to just look at the other camera of me from afar? I don't know what's best. It's mostly just my hands. Okay, I think that worked. My youngest godson's name is Hunter. Okay. Yeah, I don't know a lot of Hunters, but my neighbor, not directly across the street, but almost directly across the street, his name's Hunter. Why are we not? It's so weird. I don't know what's going on. I think we're basically where we need to be at. It's just a little bit. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. Okay, next wheel. I think I probably would have done these before the stream had I known there were so many. I know a guy who's now a girl named Hunter. I don't think this is going in fully, man. That looks seated. That looks pretty seated. This one's definitely not seated fully. The heater turned off again. What is going on with this thing? I think it's just the USB, but that makes a lot of sense. That's why I keep struggling. The heater keeps turning off. We're at 180 Celsius. No wonder I can't get the dang thing in. Ay, ay, ay. All right, 280. Okay, that looks good. I have to keep my eyes on the temp on this thing. Okay. That seems good. I imagine this is probably for... No, I don't know. I'm not gonna make a guess. Just say it looks like you want it deep enough for like a socket head, but it's probably not a socket head that's going here. This playlist is awesome. It's so much more dynamic. I'm glad that you like it. We've had this playlist since, I think, nearly the beginning. I've added a couple of songs here and there, but I don't get tired of hearing the same playlist every single week. I like starting off with kind of the mellow, like, you know, all right, we're getting in the groove, and then once that runs out, we switch over to boss mode. I don't think that's... It's gonna be interesting getting screws into these because I just don't feel like they're all going in that great. Hopefully we're fine. Yeah, it definitely has an old retro game vibe. Okay, that's fully in. Yeah, this one's not fully in. What the hell? What is going on here? I wonder if it's just because they're not going in perfectly straight. They're getting some resistance. Okay, that felt like it went in. All right, so I'm gonna compare. Some of these aren't going fully in, man. That one's definitely good. I'm gonna just double check. That looks... That one looks good. That one looks like it needs a hair more. It's a little tricky because of how they're, you know, inside. Okay, I'm calling that one good enough as well. Yeah. That one was good, we just said. Okay. Those three are definitely good. VHS screws go into the heat sir. Okay. Button head caps. Okay. So they are screws. Yeah, it might have just been my printing. I don't know. Okay, so we stopped there, and that feels good. Yep, we're bottomed out on that one. I think it's just an issue of me, when I'm starting these off, making sure that they're perfect. There we go. There we go. That feels good. Cool. Okay, we're making progress. As soon as I'm done with this, we'll do the giveaway. So I would assume there's, what, 3 more wheels after this? Looks fine. That one's good. All right, 3 left. Mega Man soundtrack. I miss all my vintage games, all my retro games. Aside from like FPS games, just old school platformers, man. Like, I just love them so much. They're all kind of the same too. Like, you know, collect this token of sorts and beat the level and get the thing, and like, I mean, they're all super similar, but it's really fun. I definitely don't have as much patience as I did when I was a kid though, because I've on emulators, and even when I was collecting, like some of the games I used to play, I like fire it up and I'm like, oh my god, this is wild. Pong is life. Yeah, one game I've been wanting to play is Banjo-Kazooie. I really like Banjo-Kazooie. I don't think I ever played Banjo-Tooie, the second one, but Banjo-Kazooie, man. Where can I order a box turtle kit, please? There's a link in the description. And there, depending on where you're at in the world, there's also like international vendors as well. But yeah, in the States, I know you've got Fabrico, KB3D, West 3D, and I imagine a handful of other ones. Those are kind of the, I think the big, we call them the big 3. For you guys who cannot pre-order, yeah. Yeah, they're pretty much, I think everyone's got them on pre-order right now. I don't think that anyone actually has physical inventory. The batch 1 and I believe batch 2 sold out really quickly. Which does give you time to print out all the parts at least and get your tool head prepared. We have like 3 batches, I think. I don't remember what's left. Okay. Wait, you think that you physically have them, or no? They're pre-orders, right? Almost positive it's a pre-order. Okay, we're done. Let's make sure really quickly that there's no other heat inserts. Yes. Oh God. Yeah. Let's do giveaway before I start. Not swearing, but you know, thinking about swearing. All right. So 1 more minute for everybody, and then I'm gonna unpin and give 1 more minute. So there's a link in chat for a spool of Polymaker filament that we're gonna do a giveaway drawing for in just a couple minutes here. This is your last warning to click on it and start filling it. Okay, all pre-orders. Oh, 3 different batches. Gotcha. I imagine that once LDO is back from the Chinese New Year, that they're going to be in like heads down turtle box turtle mode. I imagine that's probably the primary. I mean, I'm sure Voron stuff as well, but I would imagine that's probably one of the primary things that they're building right now. In Europe, it'll be delivered halfway through March. Dang, okay. Where do you order from for Europe? What's the main vendor? Is it the main one I know of is like 3D Jake, right? I think that's EU. Yeah, I don't know if 3D. Okay, yeah, 3D Jake. Yep, that's what I thought. Wasn't LDO in pre-order mode for the Voron kits for like a year? I don't know. Well, I mean, they might be, so they might be in pre-order mode for like a year, but I don't think it's pre-order and like wait a year. It's usually pre-order, then the batch, and then pre-order in the batch. And to an extent, I understand they do offer a lot of kits. And so with pre-orders, it lets them know like, cool, this is how many orders we definitely need to fulfill versus just making a bunch and having them sit. So that could be part of the reason why they do that. To get a feel for like what demand is like. That's my assumption. I could be wrong. That's my assumption. Okay, batch 2 gets shipped out next week. So I think that's when, is everyone back from Chinese New Year already or no? Like, I started to get some emails from some of my like contacts or companies in China. So I wonder if people are back as of, today's Wednesday. So maybe as of this last Monday, or 3D Jake should have them. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna unpin the link. So if anyone's filling out the form, this is your last call. 60 seconds if you're still filling it. Big Tree Tech's back. Okay. Yeah, I actually did get an email from Big Tree Tech today or yesterday. I got one from Big Tree Tech, one from Elegoo. It might be the 2 I've gotten so far. So. Oh, February 20th is the end of the Chinese New Year? Yeah, I don't think most people get off through the 20th, though. I remember it being like a week and a half to 2 weeks. And I think it's already been like a week and a half, roughly, for like most businesses. Okay. Chidi responded to me. Okay. Yeah, I haven't talked to Chidi in a little bit. Not since the end of the +4 review, but I don't really have a reason to right now. Okay, let's do this. We got 133 entries, very nice. Let me download everyone's entry. Did we hit 100 likes? Dude, we had 102 likes, and I only mentioned likes once. All the sound effects. Thank you, everybody. All right, let me get the giveaway file re-uploaded. Okay, so there was, I think I said one, what did I say? There was one, yeah, 133. All right. Boom! 133. That is our count for today. So, I don't know if I have to tell everyone every time, but I'm gonna do it anyways. If anyone is new here, the giveaway is from Polymaker and it's global. If you're in the US, or wait, no, it's changed. I'm pretty sure now you get a gift card no matter where you're at in the world, so you can order a spool of filament, and it covers like the PLAs, ABSs, ASAs, and PTGs, not the specialty ones like Fibron or stuff like that, but like a really broad range. Like you can get their really nice Galaxy series of ABSs and such. So yeah, it's changed quite a bit, but basically the winner will get an email from me. We have to do 8 for 8 weeks. Oh, you're talking about the you're talking about the babies. You'll get an email from me within 24 hours. It'll basically just have a form to fill out and then a unique code that is like signifies that you won the stream, so that way that not anyone can just fill out the form. So I also need a unique ID and a form, and I think that's what I've got. Yeah, if you do want to support the channel and need to pick up filament, there's a link in the description for Polymaker filament, and it doesn't cost extra, but it definitely does help out and is always appreciated. So I think outside of North America, it's pick a SKU under 35 US. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so we've got 2 shuffles for 2 kids, 13 shuffles, because that's what Fabrica has said, or we've got 8 shuffles for 8 weeks along. So let's do, it'll be either 8, 2, or 13. I'll just vote. Spam chat 8, 2, or 13, whichever one you want, and I'll see which one has the most numbers quickly. 5 is not an option, Greg. Okay, we've got 13, 2 8s, 3 13s, a 3. That 3 is not an option. 2s. Okay, we're doing 8. It's a lot of 8s. There's a ton of 8s. 8s is definitely the winner here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good luck, everybody. In 3, 2, 5 is right out. 5. What? 3, 2, 1. Good luck. BBs! That's a familiar. I wasn't sure if it was rolling over to BBs. It's hard to tell. The arrow actually, oh yeah, like barely rolled over to BBs. I don't know if you're still here, BBs, but congratulations. Let me hit the sound effects. So I'll probably still email you. I know you're in Discord, but I think I'll very likely just send you an email, BBs, if that's fine. That's primarily what I've been doing, unless for some reason email doesn't work. But congratulations. I can't remember. I want to say you're in the US, but I can't 100% remember. Regardless, the giveaway choice or giveaway option has become a lot more similar than to what it was before. So congratulations, BBs. I think I just said BPs. Congratulations, BBs, and I will send you an email probably this evening. I'm going to be testing out a printer up here and have a ton of time, so I'm very likely going to send you the email this afternoon. So thank you, everybody, for entering, and thank you to Polymaker for letting us do the giveaway. And yeah, on that note, let's get back to the build. So, oh, it's right. That's right. This is where we are. We're on the ECAS. Is that what it's called? ECAS, right? Yeah. ECAS. So, and this is going where I think it is, right? Yes. All right. So, I showed this a little bit ago, but I had some weird bridging going on. This looks like the one I cleared out, so I'm just gonna go full send and try to shove one in here and hope for the best. I don't know, I printed out a few like helpers. I think it was John that last week told me, hey, you're gonna want some helpers. Is this, no, this looks like it was for that. None of this looks like it's gonna help me. That's definitely not right. Was there another one that I missed? Nope, I think we're just shoving this against the, table, so we'll see. Oh, more like a pain in the ass. Yeah, it's kind of funny that they're called, I don't know if you pronounce it ECAS, but ECAS or ECAS, I don't know. But it feels appropriate that it's got the name. I mean, they're great, right? Like I get why they're used, but yes, installing them is up there with going to the DMV. Like, it's not my favorite. I'm gonna need to use a sweater again because it hurts like hell to push on these parts. Okay, so let's see if we can get this in. It mostly went in. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Modbot soft hands. These babies, I even put some lotion on them. I was like, dude, Down Under's gonna comment on my soft hands. Remove. Oh yeah. If I had to remove them, I'd be like, well, we're reprinting out parts. Okay. There's a tiny hair more. Get in there. Okay. Yeah, that went in. So I think that's the only one that I've cleared out. So we'll sit for a second here, and we will clear out the other ones using the X-Acto, just like I did with this one, but that seems to have been effective. So these 4 we don't need. These were extras. Oops, dropped it. Gotta lurk a bit my 3-year-old. Oh, first day of school? That's exciting, man. I would, it's like bittersweet, but yeah, no worries, dude. That's a big day. I think it's morning there, so it's just the starting off. Yeah, I hope kiddo has a really good first day of school, man. All right, so just chopping my way around. Hopefully you don't have to do this. I don't know why oh yeah, you guys are all looking at me like at least almost 2 spools of filament. You're saying to build this? I want to say it was like no, it wasn't very much accent pieces. Like, I think it was less than half a kilogram, and I want to say for the primary it's about 1 kilogram. Actually, maybe it was more than 1 kilogram for the I don't remember. I really don't. I've done a few builds lately, so I'm probably mixing them up. That looks good enough, I think. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Yeah, that one I feel confident we'll be able to get in. Yeah, it says in the instructions, if you pull them up, I think it was like, I think like if you go through the introduction of the Box Turtle manual, it does say how much filament it requires, but I want to say it's like 1 kilogram approximately of primary and like half of accent. I did reprint a few pieces, so mine might have been a hair bit more, but most of the pieces I reprinted were not substantial pieces. They were relatively small. That one came out pretty dang clean, actually. Yeah, I think I feel good about this. All right, last one. Okay, 1.4. Okay, that's right. Because I do remember swapping the spool, still having quite a bit left. So 1.4 kilograms of primary, while I probably was more like 1.5 and some change. Hey Keith, hi Daniel, hi everyone. Been a while since I watched you live. Yeah, how have you been, man? Thanks for joining us. We'll still probably be live for another, coming up on 3 hours. Probably go for a little while longer. I started making a stew this morning that was put on hold. So after this, I'm gonna get my stew on. I was supposed to make it a couple days ago, but I've just been exhausted. I'm like, I don't feel like cooking, but now I'm at the point where I'm like, dude, that chicken is gonna be real funky real soon if I don't start cooking it. So into the blade a little bit. Okay, I think we are likely good. So once again, it mentioned this in the, do we not have, oh, that's why it's not adjusting. I don't have it on to adjust. We you want to take off these black rubber inserts on the end of all of them. We're not using them for any of this build. Good just got home, turned on TV and switched to YouTube, and hey, I'm wearing one of... Oh, nice! I've still got... Man, I've got to... That reminds me. I've got to get merch set up with the new, like, the new print-on-demand supplier. I've been talking about it for a long time now. The plan was to order some to make sure that I liked the quality, and then it just hasn't happened. But I'd like to get back the... I don't know, maybe... Do I want to bring back... I like the spool bus a lot, so I'd like to bring that back. But I also have a few other design ideas I'd like to get made. And I think I contacted the person that designed the original spool bus for me and didn't hear back at one point, but that was a long time ago. Ugh. That one went in a lot easier. Still not so easy that I think I'm going to have an issue with it popping out, but it definitely went in easier. So that was lovely. Yes, get some new designs and I'll buy them. I appreciate it. Yeah, I want to be really happy with them myself. You know, like I don't want to be like, oh, here's some designs. Like I want to really like them, and I love the robot mascot because the thing is, like, with the spool bus design, for example, like you could look at that and not know it had any relation to 3D printing. But if you know 3D printing, you're like, okay, cool, it's like the Modbot robot, and then the wheels are spools. Like I like that sort of, I liked that element of the design. So I have a few more. Oh, that one went in nice. I have a few more kind of like that, which I still think they might be a little bit more 3D printing-y, but I like the sort of blend of like, yeah, it's 3D printing, but like it's also just not necessarily. Keychains? Yeah, I really like the spool bus, man. It's freaking sweet. Like when I had the idea in my head and I described it to the artist almost as if I was typing in a prompt into like ChatGPT. I was quite specific. I wish I could pull up the message. It's been a couple years now. I don't know if I can even find it. But like I described it so like there wasn't a whole lot of room for imagination, but she took that and knocked it out of the park. I saw it and I was like, dude, it's like I had imagined in my head, but even better. So I want to be like that. Like I want the design to be something where I'm like, dude, this is really freaking cool. I'm excited about it. And so that's the reason why I haven't really jumped on just being like, oh, here's another design. I'm like, no, I did do the Modbot Army one, which I do like. But yeah, for the next design, like I want it to be sort of that similar exciting feel that I got from the spool bus, or that I get from the spool bus one. Wait, wheels are spools? How have I never noticed? Yeah, the wheels are spools, man. I don't think I have. Hold on, let me really quickly change it here. I think I have in my drive the design in like a large file. I think it's under you. Yeah, I think it's under here. Merch. Modbot spool bus. Yeah. Yeah. How? They're spools. Yeah, I love this design, man. Like, so you've got the robot. It's just, it's super cool. But yeah, the wheels are spools. This one's like the spool's falling off. But like back here, you've got the spool underneath there. And I think this one, I like that the filament's kind of out like that. Yeah, it's freaking cool. When I saw this, I was like, I have no change requests. This is absolutely beautiful. I like that she went with kind of like that 70s style, you know, font design for the side. So yeah, I'm a big fan. Really big fan. Okay, so we did this, which was not nearly, wait, is these, oh, magnets. Install the magnets, make sure they attract each other. If the magnets fit loose, add a drop of super glue. Okay. So magnets are going into these guys. And then those are the bigger arms. Front wheel is a 5 kilogram spool. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying though. Like I like that, like it's really discreet, right? I look at it and I'm like, yeah, that's so cool. There's filament wheels, but you can look at it and be like, oh, they're just like kind of cool green wheels. I really loved the blend of, yeah, it's 3D printing, but it's also just, you know, cool design. All right. Okay, so arms, and we want them to attract each other. So I'm assuming that means that the exposed portion is supposed to attract to each other. So basically like this. So I think that you want the outer portion of the magnet here and the outer portion of the magnet here to attract towards each other. That's what makes sense to me. So hopefully that's correct. And for anyone, hey Dutch, need to create a mod for the turtle to take 3 kilo. God, it would take a lot of I feel like it would take a lot of force to be able to move the weight of a 3 kilogram spool. It's just a lot of weight on the motor. So for anyone that's built a Tor, if you're in chat still, just make sure that they are the same across the arms. Okay. I might just Sharpie mark them. I've never actually done that, but I might just take them off one by one. So let's just do that. Let's just go dot. So up. Dot. Dot. Let's give it a second. Tor, what was I going to ask you? Yes, my question for you is, since you just built one of these, did you use super glue on these, or was it a tight fit? Also, I guess anybody else that has built one, or any of the designers, like in your experience, are most people using super glue? If that's the case, I'll just straight up use super glue, but if not, I don't exactly love super glue. Shit. Dang it. Magnets did magnet things. That's how I've usually done it, is just, oh my god. They're strong. All right, hold on. I'm going to put them across the room from each other. Yeah, these are very strong magnets. Now I don't know which side I pulled these off of. There we go. But yeah, normally I just do that, put them together and pull them apart, but I figured, what the heck, let's do Sharpie this time. Okay, so let's do that. Fun, I get to finally mess with magnets. Stack them, then press the printed parts together. Oh, that's a really good idea as well. That's probably a better idea than what I'm doing. 50-50, some hold, some don't. Okay. I'll use a dab of super glue. Yeah, I'll use a dab of super glue then. So we're gonna do these first, and we're gonna do, it's so tough to get just a dab and not overdo it. Okay, well that kind of worked. So we'll do black dot out. Oh yeah, no, mine needed super glue. No, I'm glad we did super glue. That was not a, well, it pushed in a little bit further, but I think super glue was a good call with these. That was an easier fit than I was expecting. Oh my god, that was a lot of super glue. Jeez. Hold on, I'm gonna try to get a Q-tip to clear out some of that. That was very excessive. There we go. Stack 2, press them into parts, and then press the other part into the magnet that sticks out. Yeah, I'll do that for the other half. I'll definitely do that for the other half. Dude, that second one was, God, it went from like, yeah, just a nice little bit to fill the whole cavity with glue, why don't we? All right, let's try that again. Let's be a little more cautious about what we're doing. Yeah, for the arm though, I will stack the second round and just push them in. That's a really good idea. That was also, what the, man. Oh, this one's a little bit tougher. that one popped into place. Okay. And then last one, we have black dots. Yeah, it doesn't matter, I guess, because we're just gonna fit the other side, but I'm trying to maintain my black dots. All right, can we get the last one at least? It's a little better. Yeah, it's weird. 2 of these were really simple, and the other 2 were definitely a little bit more tension. Okay, so I guess we're still going to use super glue. So let's get the other magnets, which are where did I put the magnets? Here they are. Okay. So, do a dab of super glue. Yeah, that is the winning way. That is the way. Okay. You need a silicone mat and a toothpick. Put a small puddle on the mat and a toothpick. That makes way too much sense, everybody. That makes way too much sense. That is a fantastic idea. I think I have a Wham Bam mat somewhere in my closet that I could pull out. Toothpicks are downstairs in the kitchen. I'm not gonna run and grab them right now, but I think that I will get some toothpicks and bring them up here for stuff like this, because that is a really good idea. So you don't get into situations like that where you've got a bunch of super glue flying out at you. Okay, those are good. Just not gonna have them attached to each other in case a little bit of super glue managed to leak out. I want to wait till the glue dries. That's plenty. But yeah, toothpick sounds like a really good idea for applying the glue. And the silicone mat. Yeah, look at that glue popping out. We don't want all that glue. We just want a little bit of glue. There we go. Last one. Nope. I'm trying to be so careful that no glue comes out now. There we go. Boom. Oh, hello. You are a tough one. Here we go. Okay. All right. We should be golden. Yeah, the silicone mat idea is fantastic. Okay. So I'm putting the lid back on the super glue. We did this with the magnets fit loose. Yep, we did super glue. Okay, so next step is M310 socket heads. We got M310 socket heads, and then these are bearings MR63. Oh, my stomach is first growl. I don't know if it's... Maybe I eat more than I think I do. But it seems like during streams, streaming makes me hungry, man. That's all I can really say. Okay, so we don't need filament tricks. We shouldn't be using spare kits. And then this is buffer and box turtle hard mounts. I wouldn't think it would be in there. Oh, here they are. Here they are. MR63. Yeah, these are the ones. Is it magnetic enough? I sure hope so. You can also use wax paper if you don't have... Yeah, I do. Well, I know that... Yeah, let me see, just for fun really quick here. I think that they sent me their small one, because I have their large mat, which I don't think I've opened the new one they sent a while back. But they also sent the smaller nozzle ones, which would be perfect for this. Is it right here? This is... Nope, this is their cloud extinguisher. This is the cloud extinguisher. Oh, here it is, here it is, here it is. I'm gonna take this just out so that way we've got it for the future. This would have been perfect. This little guy. I'm glad you mentioned that because this is, yeah, so a little silicone mat, it's perfect. I should just have this out. I mean, I can use it as a coaster, you know, when it's not being used for other stuff, but it's just like the perfect size to have for things like this. Yeah, I do have wax. I think I have wax paper as well, so that's another option, or another option for anyone. Okay, so slide the end of the bearing, secure it within place, screw down until snug, but don't over tighten as it could strip the plastic. Okay, so it's going into, nope, that's the bolts. Into these 4 pieces, and we are going to be dropping the bearing into the center, like this. Okay, and then we're gonna get, I probably should have taken a screw out. All right. I hate having a puddle sitting around after I'm done. I forget to spray. Oh, I forget to spray the accelerant. Yeah, so with the silicone, I'm assuming though the reason why that's recommended is once it dries the super glue, you can peel it right off the silicone, right? That's my assumption, correct? I don't even think I have accelerant. I know I purchased some a while back and then I used it on something and I really wish I hadn't because it was a little too quick for me. Okay, so I'm just like finger tightening this so we don't strip it out. That's plenty good. Bearing spins well. And the bolt is secured. How's it going? Hey, man of the croc. It's going good, man. It is going good. We've made some good progress. Frame's done. We did a lot of heat inserts today. A lot of heat inserts today. But yeah, everything's going good. I don't think we've really ran into any issues. The biggest issue was me being a bit of a dingus and not putting, I think I clamped that too tight. No, I didn't. Is it just that smooth? Yeah, it's just super smooth. When I was doing the... Yeah, there's a little bit of wobble in the bearing left to right, but I imagine it's fine. When I was putting the skirts in onto the feet, I made some whoopsies, but they were really minor and super simple to fix. But other than that, like, yeah, it's gone really well. It's gone really well today. I have an SPO8 on the way. Nice! You got any plans for it as far as like things you plan on doing with it, or are you just gonna leave it as is and see how it goes? The enclosure kit arrived first. Oh no. Yeah, very small bearing. If you're doing the enclosure kit, I'd highly recommend printing out the riser mod for when you're printing with PLA. And I think there's something else for. I hope they might have. Just wait, actually, like install it and see how it goes, because on mine the cable chain wire was a bit short, but they might have addressed that since my video, and I don't know. I'm super excited. Mine should get here tomorrow. SVO8 too, dang! The SVO8 party. If you guys' SVO8s arrive at the same time, you can call each other and like, how's your SVO8? This last one's a little bit. Nope, we're good. No compression of the bearing. That's awesome. That'll be fun. That'll be really fun. I'm curious. I would love to, like. I'm just curious to see if they've made any tweaks since mine. But I was really happy with my base unit. It was really the upgrades, like the enclosure, where there was some stuff with it with the wire, and that it hit the top. I think it hit the top panel. There was a few things that weren't the end of the world, but we're like, come on, like there was a little bit more detail that could have been put into it. Gonna try to go full clipper and eventually the multi. Oh, sick. Yeah, you got big plans for yours then. Yeah, tool changer would be really sweet. Okay, so now we need M38s, so not the M310s we were just using. M3/8, probably this bag right here. Yep, and then we need more of those small bearings, which I moved. Here they are. Ooh, stomach growl again. Okay, so we're using these arms, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Before I do it, I'm gonna read the instructions. Slide the bearing in, screw down, yep, same thing. So these just drop into this little, oh, I thought for some reason that it would be locked in, but you can kind of just slide it in from the side. Oh, there we go. This bearing is there. And then M3, just use your finger to hold it in place. And then M3/8. I don't want to go, yeah, it's probably plenty tight, maybe, yeah. Is it, there's a little bit of left and right play. I'm curious, is that an issue? Should I don't really want to go tighter than that, if I'm being honest. There's a tiny bit of left and right play. I don't know how well I can show this. No, if I wiggle it, you're not going to be able to really see it. Should be fine. Okay. You can hear it. I mean, so the bearing's sliding back and forth, but I just don't want to overdo it. Like, one, I don't want to compress the bearing, but two, for the sake of not stripping things out, it doesn't look like, from what I'm seeing here, it looks like this is the filament path. Just make sure it spins. Yeah, it does. It definitely spins freely. It looks like that's the filament path. And so even with this, like, okay, you saw it shift there, I think. So there it's fully in front of the path. And if I hit it down, you can see it's kind of shifted, but I don't see how it still wouldn't be rolling on that, even with that little bit of back and forth play. Okay. Yep. Yeah, it's definitely spinning freely. Okay. On to the next one. My hand does not look very in focus, does it? Nope, wrong way. There we go. Yeah, about the same with this one. We'll leave it just like that. I don't see how that'll be an issue. The filament should still, at the farthest point it can move both ways, the filament should still be engaging with it as it rides over it, so I'm sure that's fine. And you can always go tighter. You can never, you can always go tighter if you want to, but if you go too far, you can't always go back. My MCU, oh no! Hopefully it's an easy fix to our 16 turtles to 1 printer. That is a lot of boxes. This one's a little more snug. Still don't think that any of these are going to be an issue. I'll do tiny turn more. This one I think I can do a couple turns more based off what I'm seeing the other ones be like. Yeah. Okay. Last one. Man, Jimmy John sounds good. The other night when Erin wasn't feeling good, she was laying down. I was like gonna go upstairs and work on a printer project, and I was like, hey, if you need anything, just call me and I'll come fast. I'll come Jimmy John fast. That was the last thing I said to her before she went to bed. Yeah, that's plenty good. All right. Leave about 3.5 millimeters of space between the trigger body and the screw head on both sides. how are we measuring? Is it not that important for it to be exact? Power cycle, nice. And stop at solid filament sensor and chamber temp. Oh, sick. HueForge for, yeah. I want to do a video on HueForge. I played around with it towards the beginning, and I know it's evolved a ton since then. I wouldn't obsess so much over that right now. You can adjust it when it's just, okay, cool. Yeah, Jackson doesn't have a lot of stuff up in the walls of his room. He has a painting my mom did of a toucan that's pretty freaking sweet, and then an old stamped, like framed stamped thing of Mickey Mouse that was in my brother's room growing up. That's pretty cool. And then I laser cut out, it was in the video I did on the laser, but I made him a height chart out of a giraffe. But I've been wanting to HueForge him some dinosaurs, man. Like, I think I probably just use AI to generate it, but like basically I want 3 different images that are HueForged and then framed that are dinosaurs wearing sunglasses. I don't know where I got the idea from, but I like it, and Jackson likes dinosaurs, and I think that they would look really good on his wall. So hoping to do some HueForging either with Box Turtle, or I'm waiting on a new foot for the K2. I don't know what's 3.5 millimeters. We're gonna just go with that and call that good enough for now, I suppose. Those look too tight. Oh wait, yeah, we're talking. I'm sorry, my head. 3 millimeter. If I'm thinking of like a 3 millimeter long filament, hopefully that's not an issue that I already went that tight. Yeah, no, I think you're right. That was too tight. For some reason in my head I was like thinking much smaller than what 3 millimeters is. Let's call that good enough. Probably about there. And 3x8, so about halfway installed. Oh, that's another good point. I wasn't really thinking. I think I was so focused on talking about HueForge dinosaurs. Yeah. Yeah, even that's probably a little bit too much, but it should be closer. You can always use your hect. That's a good point. This is a 3 mil, so a little bit more than that. Yeah, I mean, it probably needs to come out a hair more, but it's not too far off. That's funny. Tune them later. Are you using the Prusa MMU that you recently built? I'm considering that for the Core 1. Not using it a ton, and it's not because I don't think it's a solid system. It's the spool management, man. I really just don't like the spool management for me. It takes up too much surface area. So if I saw someone that was working on a mod for the Core 1 that like lets it, I'm getting distracted here, lets it sit on top, and that to me would be fantastic. Like, the system works well. I haven't had issues with it in the prints that I've ran. It's just it takes up so much surface area, and I don't have the ability to wall mount because there's just crap everywhere. I don't have a dedicated spot for it. So it really depends on your situation. If you can wall mount it, I think that's probably the best solution. But yeah, if you've got the ability to do some kind of an enclosure setup, I did see someone that was working on something like that for the Core 1. That looks really good. 3 millimeters, not M3 in thickness. So I am right. 3 millimeters is super tight. Yeah, okay. 3 millimeters is really fine. So M3 is, well, an M3 is close to it. I mean, an M3 is 2.8 it looks like, so it's pretty close. But yeah, I mean, I'm thinking of like 2.85 millimeter filament roughly. Yeah. I don't think it's I mean, I don't know exactly what this part's for, so I could be wrong. Maybe it is incredibly important, but it does seem like one of those things you could probably adjust. Yeah, no worries, Reverend. Yeah, the main thing I would say is focus on how you're going to manage the filament. And you said for the core one, or for a you run them in about halfway or so and fine. Oh, I completely missed your message, Raven. Run them in about halfway and fine tune later. Okay. Well, I'm gonna, for the sake of consistency, get them in all about the same. So let's go a little bit tighter on this. There, that's fine. That's close-ish. 3 millimeters is about this much. Okay. I'm wondering if I want to call it. We'll go for another 10 minutes. We'll go for another 10 minutes. 3:30 we'll call it. And I know for the 30 tooth that Steve had mentioned that they were really loose in the MJF parts were really loose in this kit, and that glue was recommended from LDO. I think that's what Jason told me. But I'm very likely going to just go with, I printed out these as well, so I think I'm just going to go with the printed ones. Let me see where the MJF ones are. I think I took them out a second ago. Yeah, they're right here. I'm liking the Filamentalist. Still need to play with it more. I don't think I've seen Filamentalist. So this is saying press it downward, right? Place is shown with lip facing down. So this is the MJF part. Yeah, it's too loose. Which makes me wonder why I just shoved it down there. Why did I do that? God, I don't know if I'll be able to get it out now. I think I can. There we go. Yep, there we go. I got it out. Hey, go for it. Go for it painting. How's it going? Okay, so let's see now. Yeah, that's way tighter. Dear God. I use glue, but I have to pull mine apart today and use the printed parts. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, that was... Have a great build. Hey, thank you. Yeah, that worked. That is definitely tighter than the MJF parts, though. I don't think... we mentioned this last time, but I'm pretty sure one of my rubber mallets broke, and I think that Jackson hit my other one. Let me check if I've got a rubber mallet right here. I would rather... Oh, I do. I do. This is where the other one was. Yeah, that's certainly a tighter fit. Which is what you want, I imagine. You don't want it. Let me just... Yeah, we've bottomed that out. Very nice. Okay. So one down, or two to go. Yeah, mallet is way nicer. I have not been the only one person to use a hammer on the build. For this, it feels like it just makes sense to me. I don't know, like, why would you purposefully struggle and push it in when you can just, as Mr. Gilmore would say, just tap it in. Yeah, that works really well. I recommend the mallet for this if yours is this tight. Tap, yeah, just tap it in. It's all in the hips, right? It's all in the hips. I love Happy Gilmore. I haven't watched it in a while. Every once in a while, I've quoted the The lady that jumps on the car when they go to the old folks' home, she goes, "Get me out of here!" And then I think he pours like onion rings. Here, take the whole bag. And then he ends up dropping the AC unit. Says, "I think I just killed the Mista lady." Such a good, it's such a good movie. You're never gonna make the putt, you jackass. It's so good. It's so, yeah, I love that movie. All right, slide the spacer over the long side of the shaft until it contacts the gear. Spacers. Found one spacer. Where's the rest of them? Take that. Leave us alone. It's so good. Oh, Shooter McGavin. I might need to put that on if I can find it streaming somewhere. See if Aaron will let me while I make that stew. There we go. All right. So this is going in on the on this side, so not on the side that's got the little protruding portion. So this side, that is a way looser fit. Hopefully that's fine. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I mean it's a really loose fit. So I'm not sure if we're gonna sandwich it with something else. Oh, these little guys. I don't think I'll be using a mallet with these little guys. It doesn't feel like that's probably the best move. These are tiny teeth. He's I had to have at least seen it 100 times, and I used to play hockey, now I golf, go figure. Yeah, I've watched it. I mean, back in the... Erin loves DVDs still. She's got like a pretty wild collection, which I don't understand. I've made fun of her for it quite a few times, but back when it was, you know, DVDs was the option, I definitely... That was one of the few DVDs I had in my room. I remember Happy Gilmore, Dude, Where's My Car? Watched Grandma's Boy quite a few times. Hold on, there's this box. There's a bunch of crap like under the files. Get this stuff out of here. Oh. MJF ones are fun. Yeah. Oh, that's right. MJF derp. I forgot. That's what Steven mentioned too, is that the smaller ones were fine. That's right, you're right, I don't need to use the printed. Now the question is, where are they? This, I'd imagine it's not in here. It feels weird holding a mallet while I'm doing this. Put you on the ground. Maybe I didn't take them out yet. Smaller ones are there. I don't see the other ones, so maybe they're still in the drawer. Yep. No, wait a minute. You're not. Okay, they must be out, and I must be just missing them. Here's the little motors. Are they inside of something by chance? Anyone know? They're not. They wouldn't be in Filametrics. They wouldn't be in zip ties, so those are clear. Buffer and hard mounts. I don't see them. It doesn't mean they're not in there. I think they'd be in the main. MGF may have poor tolerances. Yeah, I think that it's just the big one. I went with printed for the larger ones. We just checked and that was quite loose, but the smaller ones I'm not seeing, which is annoying to me because those are the ones I did want to use. Okay, this is not it, so let me throw... Really quickly look through this bag. I don't remember them being in a bag though. I thought I saw them last time and they were kind of loose with everything else. No? I am confused. Probably staring at me is So you can only look over the... Oh, found them. Yes, they were out. They were just upside down. They were just upside down. Okay, so these ones. And there is a jig, and I did print that out, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what color I would have printed it out in though. This might be it. This is it. I got it. Okay. Before installing your N20 motors, ensure your wires are the correct length. Okay. Is that also a thing with the LDO? Should it not? That shouldn't be an issue, right? I would assume this is... Hey, GS. I assume this is not an issue with the LDO kit, right? This is if you're self-sourcing. I wouldn't anticipate you have to crimp. No, I know that they're... yeah, I see that... Oh, sorry, you can't see what I'm looking at. Yeah, I see here that like one should be 205, 315, 4. But I'm saying like, I don't have to... Like, there's nothing to do here as far as the LDO kit. Like, these gears are still going on the same distance. Gotcha. So, like, when I'm installing them... Okay. That's what I thought. Yep. They're marked. They're marked? Oh, gotcha. Like, number 1, lane 2. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I figured that was more of a, like, hey, if you are... self-sourcing. So place it into the jig. So they look basically the same. Let's see. Am I being a goofball right now? I'm imagining these need to go with the wires up like this, right? Yeah, we're fine. Okay, I'm overthinking it. And you didn't see what I did, so. I'll show them the next one, but basically just pop this in here, and then it says to align the D cutout with the motor shaft and push until the gear reaches the face of the jig. The fit of the gear should be snug but not require a lot of force to push on. Using too much force can damage the gearbox of the N20 motor. Please ensure that there are no debris or manufacturing process in the N20 gearbox. You may want to push with IPA. Alright, so I think we're fine. So we're just basically taking this, and it looks like teeth outward, and it's a D shape. So we've got the flat portion there, we've got the flat portion here. Maybe. Yeah, no, I have it right. Okay, there we go. That was not tight at all. Like, that was... So it looks like you... Okay. Okay, now getting this thing out of my printed part. Yeah. Hopefully that's fine. Leave a small gap between the gear and brass. It looks like it automatically leaves a small... Yeah, it looks like it automatically leaves a small gap when you push it up against the face. Like, it's a real small gap, but I can see just ever so slightly the shaft. Add lube to the metal gearing of the motor. Okay. Just inside here. Shaft flush with the end of the gear. Okay. Wait, shaft flush at the end of the gear? This is not flush. It's sticking out. So that's not right. If it's just going to be flush, then I would think that what okay, that is right. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so let me get the rest of these on and then we'll do the grease. That'll probably be the last thing we'll do. So next one, wires facing up. Drops right in like so. Okay. This one, the flat portion is not. I'll turn this like that. Okay. And then a little bit scared. I just don't want to break anything. There we go. Okay, so yeah, it looks like when you push it up against the printed part, like instructions say, it leaves a tiny gap. Like it's not a lot of a gap. I'm not going to say it's, oh, you got a big old gap. Like it's a small gap. I also wish that, it's probably because I printed these jigs in ABS, but I wish that these jigs had a little, I wish they were a little less tight. Clean with ISO, then grease. Okay, yeah, I might have to run downstairs to get gloves. Is the isopropyl alcohol necessary for these ones as well? I know it mentions it, but I'm not sure if that's referencing like if you got, you know, motors from an alternative source that are just dirty. Okay, this is easier if I just do it like this. Flat up, flat up. Why am I not finding the alignment? Go. Okay, there we go. It's possible the shafts are shorter than my... Oops, shit. I dropped the motor. It's possible the shafts are shorter. Okay, gotcha. It's to flush out any debris before looping. Okay. What do you recommend cleaning it with isopropyl then? Like, I mean, obviously not submerging it, but just putting it like a Q-tip, just kind of getting a Q-tip in there? Probably the best thing I've got is a Q-tip. ISO spray. Oh, dip? I don't have spray. I might be able to dip. If dip is fine, I could probably do that. Basically just dip the gear and make sure the motor's not getting in there. Oops, wrong gear. Yeah, I don't think I have a spray bottle that's not, you know, for chemicals or something like that. Okay. ISO won't hurt anything. Spray bottle should work. Dip gearbox. It's fine for the MJF part too, I would think, right? Because it's MJF is typically nylon, and nylon shouldn't have any chemical reaction with ISO. Let me think if I've got something up here like a cup that I can use to fill. You know what? I wonder if I wonder if these are gonna be. I've got these little Gridfinity guys, and I'm wondering if they will, if I use enough walls for them to hold without leaking. So it's like a decent size where I can fill it up and dip it without wasting a bunch of ISO on. I mean, I guess if you're not using something bigger, I could just tilt the whole thing, right? Let me just grab. Let me see if I've got like an empty container. I do. Yeah, I'll just use one of these storage things and I'll just angle it. I'm gonna rinse it. Actually no, I'm gonna dip the motors. Let me just wipe it out really quick. Okay, I'm gonna use this big guy, oops. But I'm just going to put a little bit in and then, you know, lean it towards an angle so it all pulls on one end. So we'll just do that. Let's do this and that's plenty. Okay, so I'm dipping. There actually was some crap that came off of it. I don't know if it was the MJF part or if it was the gears, but there was some crud that came off of it. Okay, that should be plenty. Yeah, I saw some like little bit of like black cloud come off of it. Same with this one. Yeah, there's definitely some junk. Yeah, Q-tips, I agree. I use Q-tips quite a bit, but for these small teeth, I could see it tearing off little hairs or, like you said, fibers from it. So I'm hoping that just doing this, I'm basically just placing it and then trying to agitate it a little bit. That's fine. Last one. Yeah, two of them were. This one and the second one, pretty freaking dirty. Okay, I think that's good. Okay. I'm gonna really quickly dump this down my sink. I can see myself doing one of two things. I mean, it'll probably evaporate, but I can see myself stepping in it or kicking the edge of it and having isopropyl grease dirt fly all over. Okay. That is done. And then you said grease, and I can use the included grease. Is there any recommendations for the grease, or basically just shove the end in there and let it go? Pretty sure I just dropped the grease back into this drawer last week. Yep, grease. Oh, you said gloves. I don't think I have gloves upstairs. Probably in the garage. Give it the onion? I prefer super lube. Oh, I do have gloves up here. Yay! I put most of my gloves down in the garage because I've been dealing with freaking mice for the last like month. So I've been going through gloves like crazy, just picking up traps and moving them around. Apparently I do have some up here. Squeeze a small amount, squeeze a small dab in and turn the gears a bit. That's how I do it. LDO grease is very similar to super lube. Okay. Getting gloves on, so you know it's getting serious around here. These are really like a lot longer gloves than the ones I'm used to. I don't know where I got these, man. Huh. Okay. So just a little bit. I imagine this, so it looks like this direction. Let me see. Oops. Shit. Trying not to take crap all over my hands. It's like you're back in the doctor. The doctor today had no gloves. Well, he might have had gloves on at some point, but so it looks like this is really, well, there's a gear there as well. So I'm wondering, let's see. Almost large animal vet size. So I can do a dab of grease. That's just a tiny dot. Oh, you know what? They're all, yeah, they're all. I wonder if I should do more than that. Did you see that? I don't know if that was, I pretty much always go overkill with grease. I think I still need to do a little bit more than that. Yeah, okay. Like that didn't feel like. Okay, now I got a little spot on there. I still think the top area up here probably needs a little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna do one last little dot here. There we go. I mean, that wasn't a lot of grease. Then again, these aren't massive gears. All right. Normally I'm the opposite, where people are like, dude, you're greasing that thing way too much. But now I'm being told, grease more. All right, there we go. We got two big old blobs. All right, I think we're greased. Grease lightning. Is it, I mean, I feel like I should clean a little bit, like. Okay, that feels like plenty of grease. All right. I didn't have a good gauge of what a little bit of grease meant or a lot of grease. Just like my 3 millimeters earlier. Okay, so let me get a paper towel. I got a better idea for the next one. Okay. Let's see, here we go. So we are going grease, grease. I'll do a hair more just right here. There we go. Okay. I'm calling it good. I'm calling that one good. It's, yeah, usually I heavy hand grease, but I've had a few people are like, that's way too much grease. You're gonna cause problems. It's never caused a problem for me as far as I'm aware, but I'm like, all right, I'll try to take that feedback into consideration. Maybe I'm overdoing it with my grease. I want to actually just, I know that these are touching, but I'd like to add a little dot there. Okay, that feels good. Where's the one I just did? Is this guy? I'm gonna add one last little bit here on the other side. Okay. It's funny because I have the syringe still just right over there. Yeah, but we're nearly there. Wow. Yeah, even some of the isopropyl that dripped out of this thing had dirt. Like, yeah, it was definitely a recommendation of cleaning these. Is a good one. I wasn't expecting them to have so much dirt in the gears. Is it just part of the manufacturing process? Or is it after they're being manufactured? Just, I don't know. Like, I would think that they would go through cleaning at the manufacturer. But the needle tip of this little bottle does a pretty good job of getting in there, I think. Too much grease is only a big deal in high-speed ball or roller bearings. Oh, okay. Oh, in high-speed ball or gotcha. Ooh, baby. All right. Well, I feel pretty good about that. Yeah, there's some black crap on the surface of my desk there. Or in places it will get hot and leak. Okay, so those are greased. Probably gonna call it here. It's at like the 4-hour mark, and your boy's getting hungry. I'm probably gonna have to eat something before I make that stew. Otherwise, I'm gonna be eating all the ingredients instead of putting them into the pot. Let's see, just to get a feeler for where we're at. Okay, so gears are on. Okay, so next we're installing LEDs and LED housing. Sliding into place, securing the motors, tightening that down. Sandy check, make sure your shafts rotate smoothly. Okay, so these are the respoolers, and then after we're done with this, we move on to turtleneck. Cool. I feel like we're making pretty good progress. I mean, there's still a ways to go, but yeah, I feel I need a snack before my stream. Yeah, dude, streaming and hungry is not ideal. I was having a lot of energy drinks. People that watch the stream for a long time, like, we know, but I was having a lot of energy drinks when I was streaming. Like, it was almost every time I'm like, cool, I'm having a Monster. And then I got misdiagnosed as pre-diabetic a few years ago now, and it freaked me out. And so I cut out energy drinks completely. And for now, like, food sort of has that effect on me. Like, well, I'll eat before a stream and I'm like, cool, I feel good. But then as I get hungry, I just feel my energy levels drop substantially. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna get some food in my system. But we made good, I think we made good progress today. If we didn't actually make good progress, then just lie to me and say we made good progress. But I feel like we did pretty good. We got the extruders, we didn't actually have to tension them, but we got the motors in, the extruders, and we got the meshing in a spot where I feel pretty good about it. We've got the box assembled because we didn't have the corners last week printed correctly. I couldn't get the supports out, so that's all done. And we are working on gearing. We did a lot of heat inserts today, a ton of heat inserts. So I feel like next week it's really gonna come together and start to look more like a finished project. So don't stream hangry. Yeah, you got a fair amount done today for sure. Yeah, thank you for hanging out. I mean, everybody, but Raven definitely gave me a lot of feedback. Same with Jimmy Johns, same with Trevor. I mean, yeah, whole gang, Luke, everyone. I'm sure that I would have figured it out eventually, but it definitely helps having a bit of additional info, you know, or more so like when I have sections where I'm like kind of questioning what I should do, it's nice having the reassurance of like, no, that's right, or no, like you're actually doing that incorrectly. So I really appreciate it. Definitely awesome. So yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out today. It ended up being a same time stream as normal. We streamed for 4 hours, which I think is a good amount of time. And I appreciate everyone. Thank you all there was a lot of kind words. There's a lot of members, gifted members, donations, all sorts of things today. And just all around awesome time. So thank you everyone. And congratulations again. I think it was BB's was our winner today. We'll do one more air horn for BB's. I will send you an email later, and so that way you can get your spool of Polymaker filament. But on that note, I will talk to everyone later. I'm trying to think. I'm leaving I'm going on a trip to California just for a weekend, but it shouldn't affect anything. And that's not till fall. Yeah, I think we're streaming same time, same place next Wednesday. So 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we'll just get as much progress as we can done. And I'm hoping that I'll have info for you guys about the start of the stream with Steve. I need to ship out a bunch of stuff to him this weekend that I got in for Tic Tac, and he needs to ship out stuff that he had that I'm going to be using for the build. So hopefully I'll have some updated info for you guys. But we're in Cali, SoCal. So I'll land in Ontario, and then so I'll land in Ontario, not this Friday, but next Friday. And we're staying with Aaron's parents in Riverside. And then Saturday, no plans really. I'd like to see my brother. I only get to see him I feel like once every couple of years. So hoping to see him and my sister-in-law for like an hour or two. And then Sunday, one of my buddies he's getting married at the courthouse, and he's not doing a ceremony, but he's having a cool like reception party. So I'm going out for his reception party, and then I fly back on Monday pretty early. So it's a really quick turnaround. My parents are gonna watch Jackson because it's just super tough to fly. So yeah, it'll be a quick trip. Yep, probably, yeah, really far south. 6 hours, yeah, pretty far south, man. So yep. All right, well, I will talk to everybody later. I hope you have Ventura. If you want to grab a beer, that's freaking sweet. If I was out there for longer than the 48-hour turnaround time, I would probably try to take you up on that. But I'm gonna borrow Aaron's car just to see, or Aaron's parents' car to see my brother, and then get us to the wedding. So I just don't have. It's a quick congratulations on getting married, and then I'll be back to business as usual. So, all right, everyone, I'm going to end it. Otherwise, I'll just keep talking. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful week, and I will catch you all later.